Return to names. Is this too loud? I can't tell. Maybe 15 is good. Okay. Alright, chat. So, where we left off yesterday, we were going through a bunch of characters' names, and we learned some cool things. Now, does anyone remember the cool things that we learned? How many of you remember? Such as Orange. Guess who forgot? I forgot a decent amount of it, I'd say. I remember. Okay, let's go over the characters you see in the list. Shingyoku, I don't remember, but it was something cool. Mima was the name Mami backwards, which is like something like it was Ball God. Yeah. Sariel is Sariel. Orange is Orange. Evil Eye Sigma. Yuka Kazumi. It's something to do with flowers and weather vane. Gengetsu, I do not remember, but I'm pretty sure it was something demonic. Shinki, I believe that was like beautiful goddess or something like that. Chirbo is not a real name. Mei Ling's name had a ton of different things to it, like with rainbows, dragons, scarlet, guard, all kinds of crazy things going on with her name. Very detailed. Sakuya, her name is given to Remy. Izayoi, the night after the full moon. And Sakuya, which I believe her name means flowering night. And that's also the name of her theme in 9. Chen, which is also color orange. Lily White, who is Lily White. Merlin, her name is Merlin. Yomu, half 2 aspects of the soul, the physical and the mental soul. Kompaku. Yeah. Yukari, her name, all kinds to do with the color purple, the boundaries, stuff like that. Riguru, night bug, straightforward. Kane Kami Shirasawa, because Shirasawa can be spelled, can be read as Hakutaku, which is cool. Reisen, because she's got 3 names and they all kind of have different aspects to them that symbolize different parts of her, like her origins from the moon. She's a moon rabbit. Her ties with like military-esque stuff. That's pretty cool. Moko's name, which Scarlet Sister. It was Scarlet Sister and something else. I can't remember. I think it was something about fire. Aya and Bun are the same character. Shamemaru, which is Shameru, which is like a text service. So her name is it's like a pun like that. Shikieki, the Yama of Paradise, because Gensokyo is Paradise. She's the Yama of it. So her title and her name combined. That's pretty cool. Reimu's name had something to do with Dream Girl, right? Marissa was Magic Law Theory Drizzle. So Magical Girl Rain. And then Kongara, whose name I've forgotten, but it was something about, it was something. Rika, which I don't remember that specifically. I think that was science. Yeah, the word Rika means science, because Rikako is basically science girl. Kotohime, a little rabbit princess. Meida, something about darkness, I think. She's a cool name. Genji, he's just, he's Genji. I forget what his name meant as well. Yumemi, I forget what her name meant as well. Mimi-chan is just Mimi-chan. Kurumi's name is just Kurumi. Mugetsu, I don't remember. Alice and her Margatroid roots. Margatroido. Oh yeah, she was Walnut Girl. Yeah, Kurumi is Walnut Girl. Yuki, whose name means snow. Yumeko, which means dream child. Rumia, who is just Rumia. Dayose, who is big fairy. Kwakama is little devil. Patcholti, knowledge. Patchouli is, it's a type of flower. And then knowledge, because she's very smart. Remilia and Flandre, who are both Belgian. Maybe a little French. I choose not to believe that. I prefer... Letty Whiterock, whose name is similar to a character from Agatha Christie. Latilia. Latilia... What was it? It was like Latilia White Flock or something? I can't remember exactly. Latilia Blacklock. Yeah, that's what it was. It was locked, but it was the opposite color. Letitia. Lunasa and Lyrica, whose names, you know, Music and the Moon. Yuyiko Sayoji. Yuyiko, her name was what? It was like Ghost Girl, right? that was Yuyiko's name, Ghost Girl. Ron, Color of Indigo. Mistia, Lorelei. Mistia's kind of a name, but Lorelei, like the siren, famous siren. She's a singer. Te Inaba. Te. Eren Yakukoro. Genius Brain, Long-Lived Moon Lady. Kaguya. Horai-san. I think her name meant something about eternal beauty or something like that. I can't remember. Medicine Melancholy, a straightforward name. Komachi Onoduka. Now I remember Komachi's name meant pretty homegirl, right? Right, Mount Horai. No, Komachi's name was like something akin to prettiest girl in town, right? It was something like that. The small town beauty, yeah, that's what it was. The small town beauty. That was what it was, yeah. Kikuri, whose name was just kind of... I don't remember. Ellen, who's a reference. Kana, who I think was also a reference. Chiuri, who didn't really have anything to it. Luis, who's just Luis. Mai. Mai, it is nice to meet you. Elise, which is nothing. Rukoto, which is a reference character. Ellie, which is just Ellie. And Sarah, which is a reference character. Right, Kana was a pun, yeah. Alright, chat, so now that we've all established a little bit, we're gonna move on. We're going on to Mountain of Faith. We're starting with Shizuha Aki. So remember, chat, to cast your vote in the category, we have 4 emotes. We have, which is a fish, and that is Poggies. You post that for Poggies. We have Cool, which is Momiji thumbs up. It's just cool. You know, that's it. Simple, straightforward. After that, we have What, which is just the Pepino face. That's the What one. And then we have Weird, which you type in the Weird emote for that one. So that's how you vote for the categories, and we'll place them in the appropriate places. All right. So let's move on. We're gonna start with Shizuha Aki. Name. Her name is Shizuha Aki. The character for Aki means autumn, and Shizuha means quiet and leaves. So Shizuha Aki's name is quiet leaves in the autumn, which is perfect for the character. Because A, she's the sister who doesn't stand out as much. B, her duty is with, painting the leaves of autumn. And C, she's a goddess of autumn. So her name is perfect. It encapsulates every aspect you can think of the character. Quiet leaves autumn. Great. We're putting that in the cool tier. Alright. And now her sister. Minariko. What does Minariko's name mean? Name. Minariko Aki is her name. The character for Aki means autumn or fall. Minariko can be split into Minori, what could mean bountiful, harvest, or seed spreading, and Ko, which could mean child. Minori could also possibly refer to, which means ripening or harvest. In her official profile, her Japanese name was misspelled as Aki Minoru Ko. Interesting. So, Minariko's name can basically mean bountiful harvest, harvest child, bountiful child, seed spreading child, or even ripening child or harvest child. Well, harvest is the double in there. So both interpretations can be read as harvest. So, harvest girl of the autumn, which is perfect because she's the harvest goddess. That sounds great to me. Don't you love how straightforward that is? So those two characters' names embody them quite heavily. We have Quiet Leaves Autumn, and we have Harvest Autumn. Harvest Girl Autumn. The Children of Autumn. That's cool. It's very simple, very straightforward. I appreciate that. Alright, Hina. Hina, where are you at? Name. Her name is Hina Kageyama. The characters for Kageyama literally mean Key Mountain. Hina, which usually means bird chick. What? But in her case, it's highly likely that it came from the event of Nagashibina. So Nagashibina is, you know, it's the event of Hina Matsuri. So that her name comes from that, less so than the actual, like, interpretation of Hina, which could mean chick. Nagashibina. So her name, Key Mountain Hina. So her name references the, you know, the real world event that she's, you know, designed around, of course. And also her last name just means Key Mountain, and she lives on the Yokai Mountain. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool it is. Put them in the cool tier. Alright. The Reimu arc. Okay. She has no tab for relationships because she doesn't talk to anybody. Or Hina. Nitori. Okay. Kawashiro Nitori. Her full name is Nitori Kawashiro. Kawashiro means river castle. Nitori is in hiragana. Her name might have originated from Ryunosuke Akutagawa's novel, Kappa, the second chapter, of which begins with the sentence, Sono uchi no yato kigatsuite miro to boku wa amoke ni tarota mama uize no Kappa Nitori kakomarete imashita. When at last I came round, I found myself lying on my back surrounded by a large number of kappa, from the translation by Seichi Shiojiri. Her name resembles that of Takane Yamashiro. Okay. Alright. So, that's cool. Now, as you know, chat, Nitori's theme is called Candid Friend, but the full theme is Ryunosuke Akutagawa's Candid Friend. So there's a direct reference to Ryunosuke here in her theme. So it makes sense. The correlation here in the line, Kappa Nitori. So her name comes from basically the novel. Her first name comes from the novel, Nitori. And her name, Kawashiro, means river castle. So just river castle Kappa. Because Nitori is spelled in hiragana, it doesn't have kanji. So it's just a combination of they don't necessarily have meaning themselves, right? Is that what it is? Either way, I think that's neat. I like the idea that her name originates from that because, like I said, her music, her theme has Ryunosuke's name in it. So you can tell it's a reference to that. So pulling that up there like that is pretty neat. And River Castle makes sense because, you know, they are the beings of the river. And castle may not be the perfect word for it, but they're definitely like, you know, castle suggests fortress, suggests like well-guarded kind of deal. Maybe I'm stretching a bit on that. Alright, Momiji Inubashiri. Name. Oh man, this is big. Okay. Her full name is Momiji Inubashiri. Inubashiri literally translates to dog run. Is an actually used but very rare surname in Japan. It refers to the dirt path outside of building or residence used for patrols. Berm is correspondent to the term in this usage on the English Wikipedia. The etymology of this word comes from the fact that the path is so narrow that only a dog can run through it in a very short time, which has effect to give Momiji's image her speedy might. But the word also indicates her simple but fundamental social class. She protects the basement of architecture from erosion, like the occupation of White Wolf Tengu. Momiji refers to maple in general. When read as Momiji, the kanji refers to maple leaves, which reflected on her design, while the kanji Momiji has an alternate pronunciation, kaba. It has rarely been used in modern Japanese. So Momiji can mean maple leaves, and Inubashiri can mean dog run. Dog run through the maple leaves. There's a bit of history to that. Inubashiri is a real surname, and there's real etymology in that. Paths that are so narrow, only dogs can rush through them in a short number of time. I like that. I like the idea of that. So her name is kind of It really calls to her guard dog nature as a white wolf tengu. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That was a lot of words. Yeah, because there was a lot there. I thought that was pretty cool. That's a lot of Poggies. I think Poggies is the winner. I would agree with that, though. Her first name just means maple. Her last name has more history to it. Dog Run, but refers to dirt paths used for patrolling, which is perfect for her. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, next is Coachella Snai. Okay. Name. Her full name is Sanae Kochiya. Sanae can mean rice seedling or early seedling. And Kochiya, Eastern Wind Valley. The same east appears in Touhou. And the same wind in the title of Mountain of Faith. Now that's cool. Okay. Okay. Kochiya. So the character that's used in Touhou for east is in her name, and the character for wind that's used in Mountain of Faith's title is also in her name. So Kochi, Touhou Mountain of Faith. That's pretty cool. Kochiya. And then Sanae just means rice seedling. So, hold on, there's more information here. Origin of her name. Unusual amongst Touhou characters, both are real names used in modern Japan. Presumably, Sanae's name is derived from the real-world person Sanae Moria, the 78th head of the Moria family, which claims descent from the god Moria. Moria Shin Moria is an archaic pronunciation of Moria, because they're pronouncing it with an E there, Moria. The family was supposed to succeed one of the priests of the Suwa Grand Shrine, Jin Chokan, the god director. So there's a real person in the world named Sanae Moria. So that's kind of cool. You think of it like that. Okay, all right. And it's directly related to the Moria family, which of course Sanae is, you know, the wind priestess of the Moria. And we also know she's a descendant of Suiko, who is the god of the Moria shrine. So it's less about her name meaning rice seed and then more so the fact that her name is a reference to someone, a real world counterpart who actually is related to Suwa, which is pretty cool. And her last name being combining characters from Touhou, Mountain of Faith, is really cool. I would agree. That's really cool. I think that's awesome. Can't be doing that? What do you mean? What can't you be doing? I think that one's really cool. You know? I gotta give that. That's a Poggies no matter what. But chat's right there anyway. All right, Kanako's turn. Yasaka Kanako. Oh, where's your name? Her full name is Yasaka Kanako. The Ya in her surname means 8, as we've already found out. This was also the same deal with Eden. 8 brains, like 8-fold wisdom, whatever, and Yukari, who had Yakumo. Yakumo means 8th-fold clouds or whatever. So the Ya character means 8. However, the Ya is also a character that I can be read for, like, hag. So that's why Kanako... That's why Eden, Kanako, and Yukari were known as, like, the trio of old women. Because the character for Ya can also mean, like, hag. So they all had hag in their name. That's why Yamamba, which I don't know exactly what that translates to, but that's mountain hag, right? Yamamba, mountain hag. Yamamba. I don't really know, though. But that's what they are. Anyway, where am I? Okay, her surname means 8, and Saka means hill. So 8 hills is her name. Literally translated, Yasaka means 8 hills, but can also figuratively mean countless hills. It's referenced that because of her name, she might be seen as a mountain god, but she's really a god of wind and rain. Okay. This is the credits theme from Genso Wander, and it's... I don't know how long it is. Where was I? The kami Kan in her first name means god. So Kanako, Ka, Kan. While the final character Ko is child, it's a common suffix for Japanese female names. Her name as a whole may be inspired by the Japanese word for a sacred mountain, Kanambi. Kanabi. In her character introduction image of Mountain of Faith, just when her theme starts and her name title is revealed, her name is incorrectly spelled as Yasama Kanako, which the Sama isn't a correct Romanji. So her name Kanako essentially means... But what about the other A? Kana. Ko. So, it's kind of like Godchild. Sort of? But it's not, because her name is Kana, not Kami. But I guess it's like the first character of Kami's there. So, Godchild of the Countless Hills. Middle Kanji not explained because it's just used for the sound in names mostly. Okay. So her name, yeah, her name pretty much translates to Godchild of the Countless Hills. Which is kind of cool, actually. That's a pretty powerful name. I'd agree. That's pretty cool. Alright. And now it's time for Frog. Suako. Suako. Character name. The name Suako is modified from Lake Suwa. Suako. Oh, her. Suako. Lake Suwa. The girl of Lake Suwa. Suako. Oh man, look at that. The largest lake in Nagano Prefecture. The area also features one of the world's largest geysers. It's geyser. Suako's family name is probably derived from Moriya Shin, the god Moriya, who is said to be the first ancestor of Sanae Moriya, the real person who inspired Sanae Kochiya. Moriya is an archaic alternate pronunciation of Moria. So, her last name, obviously, is Moria, for obvious reasons, but her first name is literally from the Lake of Suwa. Her name is Lake Suwa Girl. Suako. I never thought of that. Lake Suwa, Suako. Girl of the lake. That's really cool. She's the lady of the lake. And her last name, yeah, it's Moria. Okay. Ah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I say that's definitely up there. Once again, Kaneko falling behind the other two. Alright. Well, that was pretty quick chat, quick names, but honestly, they're pretty cool. So now we're moving on to Kisume. Yeah, when I get the chance to go to Japan, I really want to go to the Suwa Lake. I really want to go there. Doesn't look like that's happening this year, though. Maybe at the end of the year, but at the very least not spring. I want to see the Moria Shrine, yeah. Something I want to see. If I get to go, I want to go during a Rei Taisei. Maybe the autumn one, if possible. We'll poke around at that, but I won't be going to the spring one. Not at this rate. Alright. Kisume. Name. Her full name is Kisume. According to Zun, her name is written in katakana to give it an old feel, and it's not written in kanji because that would make her seem too strong. What? That's it, chat. That's it. Chittenden is Earth Spirit Palace. Yeah, that's why we call, Chittenden is actually the name of Satori's house, the Palace of the Earth Spirits. It's Chittenden. It's like how it's Komakyo, but then the actual mansion is Komakan. It's cool like that. So, Touhou 11 is actually just has the name of the place in the title. I think that's fascinating. But we call it the Palace of the Earth Spirits because it rolls off the tongue a lot nicer. But Chittenden is fun to say because that rolls off the tongue as well. Really well as well. I just find it interesting because like when it comes to translations and stuff like that, we say Aente, we say Hakugokuro, but then we'll say Scarlet Devil Mansion and we'll say Palace of the Earth Spirits. We won't call them the Komakan and we won't call them we'll call them Chittenden. At least I don't. But I won't call Hakugokuro the Palace of White Jade, and I won't call Aente the House of Eternity because I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Maybe it's just the way I learned it originally and now I'm locked in. But, yeah, there's no meaning on that one, chat. Palace of the Earth Spirits is far too long in the text box I work with. See, that's a fair reason to call it Chittenden. Save text space. Chat, what are we voting on this? This is barely anything. This is like nothing. There's nothing here. There's no information. Her name is just spelled out in katakana. Kisume. And that's it. pretty weird. Alright, Kasume, you tried your best. Alright, it's time for yams. Yamame Kurodani. Name. In an interview released in Caramel, Zun mentioned that he figured her name was particularly spiderish, maybe because spiders are all about their eyes, me, in Japanese. Yamame. Oh my god, don't tell me her fucking name means 8 eyes. Cause Ya is there, like for all the other characters. Don't tell me her name is 8 eyes. This means that another possible interpretation of her name would be Yamame, which roughly translates to 8 eyes. Oh my god, it is. It is. Also see Tsuchigumo. The name Kurodani is written with characters that mean Black Valley. Yamame may be written as this, which means mountain girl, which refers to a mythical demon in Japanese folklore. The Black Valley Mountain Girl. Or the Black Valley, the 8 eyes of the Black Valley. That's kind of cool, actually. Black Valley is a powerful name, dude. That's the name of a location in a JRPG that the NPCs tell you to never go to. It's too dangerous to go there. So that's cool. She's got a cool name no matter which way you slice it. It's funny, though. Her name could mean 8 eyes. Yamame. Tani or Dani is valley. It's fairly common in names. Kurotani, Kurodani. Oh yeah, because Kuro is black, right? Yeah, Kuro is, so that makes sense. So her name is Kurodani, Black Valley. Kurodani 8 eyes. That's really cool. I like that. I think that's awesome. Black Valley Mountain Girl, Black Valley 8 eyes. Spider of the Black Valley. Alright. Next, Mizuhashi Parsley. Name. Ooh, that's a big one. Okay. Parsi Mizuhashi is her full name. Her family name, Mizuhashi, means water and bridge. Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because she's a Hashihime, which is bridge princess. Hashihime. And Mizu is water, so her name is Water Bridge. I never thought of that. Parsi is an alternate spelling of Parsi, spelled P-A-R-S-I, who are the members of the Indian Zoroastrian community. They descend from Persian Zoroastrians who emigrated to South Asia in the 8th century AD. Parsi's Persian theming is most likely a pun based on the word Hashi, being an old Japanese name for Persia, homophonous with bridge. I didn't know that Parsi was, I didn't know Parsi was Persian. The fuck? There's another possible connection with Parsi and jealousy. Although this could be a coincidence, jealousy in Italian is gelosia, which can also relate to Venetian blinds. These blinds can also be called persiana in Italian, where the word can also mean Persian if it's in its feminine form. MB Persiano is the masculine form. Some Japanese people tend to pronounce her name Parsi as if it was Parse or Parshi. Maybe because there's a customary rule of Japanese engineer terms that it ought to omit the long vowel mark at the end of the word, unless it is a short word, for example, assembler. Although it's normally spelled as, I can't really explain this, chat. Therefore, the correct spelling is, yeah, I can't really explain this because I can't show you the characters. So, that's pretty much it. So, her name is Waterbridge. Yes, I get that. But I guess her first name has ties with Persia. Okay. Oh, I mean, I guess. I don't know. There's the second bit about the whole Italian word for blinds and jealous. That's, I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. But her last name is simple enough. Water Bridge. That's her name. Alright. Hoshiguma Yugi. Oh, I scrolled the wrong one. So, Hoshiguma Yugi. That's UG. Okay. Hmm. Name. Yugi Hoshiguma is her full name. The characters for Hoshiguma mean star and bear. Oh. The characters in Yugi mean bravery and ritual. As said in the ability section, Yugi could also come from courage, which is Yuki. In the legend of Shutendoji, a particularly vicious Oni who lived atop Mount Ueyama, one of the Shutendoji's 4 strongman demons was named Hoshigama Doji. This may or may not be related to Yugi's concept. Well, one of Yugi's spell cards is called, is related to Mount U, right? So, it's like, there's obviously a reference in some capacity to the Hoshiguma of Shutendoji for Yugi. But her name can mean bravery or courage. And her last name is Star Bear. And she's got a star on her, horn. And I wouldn't call her a bear necessarily, but, she could, you know, fighting her it'd probably be harder to beat her than a bear. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty cool. Courageous. Big Oni. Alright. Next. Satori. Oh. Name. Her surname, Komeiji, translates to Ancient Bright Earth. Is an actual Japanese surname seen mainly in the Yamanashi Prefecture. The kanji in Komeiji is also used in the Japanese title of Subterranean Animism. Oh, okay. So one of the kanji, the last kanji in Komeiji, is used in the title Subterranean Animism. Her given name, Satori, is homophonous with the name of her species, Satori, but written in hiragana. Satori could also be interpreted as Satori, which translates to understanding or enlightenment. Okay. Understanding, enlightenment, ancient bright earth. Satori Komeiji. It's the G and the Chi. Oh, okay, so Chiriden and I see what you mean. So Komeiji and Chiriden, G and Komeiji and Chi and Chiriden are the same kanji. That's cool. It's like if your name was Human Aspirin. I mean, I guess. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, because it's like because her name is Ancient Bright Earth, or it's like Ancient Bright Earth, and Cheating is Palace of Earth Spirit, so the same character of Earth is in there for them. Okay, all right, yeah, that's pretty cool. See, a little bit more cools than Poggies. Sorry, Satori, you have been ranked in the cool tier. Now, Orin. Rin Kainbyo. Name. Her full name is Rin Kainbyo. Kainbyo Rin. The characters for Kainbyo literally mean blazing cat? What? The one for Rin means phosphorus. Rin is shown pushing a wheelbarrow, which is also known in Japanese as a nekoguruma, which means cat cart. Her last name means blazing cat. Blazing Cat Phosphorus, that's her name. It's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Very simple. Puggies. The Blazing Cat. Oku. Utsu Ryuji. Ugh. Name. That's a big name. Okay. Her full name is Utsu Ryuji. The characters for Ryuji literally mean in succession soul, spirit, crow, raven, and path. That's cool. Utsu means emptiness, empty hole, cave in Old Japanese, and which is pronounced Utsuho. This is an example of Japanese counterpart to spelling pronunciation. The character for Utsu also means sky and can be pronounced ku in a compound word. Oh, so that's why her nickname is Oku? Oh, that makes so much sense. Cause their name, cause O is a name, is something you put in front of a name to make like a nickname. That's why Rin's nickname is Orin, but Utsuo's nickname is Oku, and the reason for that is because Utsuo can be pronounced as Ku, so her nickname becomes Oku. I get it now. That's so cool. Because of this, her nickname is Oku. Okay, I should have read ahead. Which was first used by Rin to refer to Utsuo in the extra stage prologue. At first, only the spelling using the subject animism was canon, and spelling using the kanji for her actual name was not. But after Aya Shimemuru called her that in the comments of scene 8-6 double spoiler, both became canon. This was used again in the data files for Hopeless Masquerade. Oku can also be a pun on Oku-u, a crow standing on a roof, though this is likely not intentional. Okay. Alright, well there you go, chat. So her first name, Ryuji, can mean soul, spirit, crow, raven, and path. And, you know, that's pretty cool. And then Utsuo can mean emptiness, empty hole, cave. And as you know, the reason why Utsuo is able to take on the power of the Yatagarasu is because she was empty in the brain function. But it's really cool that how her nickname came to be. I think that's awesome. Soul, spirit, crow, raven, emptiness. But Utsuo can also mean sky, and not necessarily emptiness, empty hole, cave. And the fact that it can be pronounced as ku for the sky, maybe it's both of them can be read like that. Anyway, that's cool. That's cool. Oku's name is cool. I now understand why her nickname is Oku. Sky is just a big empty when you think about it. I mean, yeah, a little bit. Alright. Next is Koishi. Name. Koishi Komeiji is her full name. Her surname Komeiji is Ancient Bright Earth. Actual Japanese name, see mainly Yamanashi Prefect. Sorry, Yamanashi. There are two common ways to interpret her given name, Koishi, based on which kanji are used. The kanji in that, though not a Japanese word as a compound, mean will/thought of love. The second writing means little rock. Little rock. This can be connected to her ability, indicating her lack of presence, as she's often compared to a little rock sitting on the side of the road in official text. So yeah, I knew that one. Koishi, little pebble. She's a little pebble. The ending in Koishi's storyline in Hopeless Masquerade suggests the origin for the name Koishi. Once hope is lost, no one will be able to see her, Koishi, again, just like a small rock, pronounced Koishi as well on the roadside. So yeah, that is a bit in Hopeless Masquerade's ending that mentions how if the Mask of Hope lost its power, Koishi would pretty much like cease to exist to everyone, which is a little sad to think about. Alright. So there you go. So there's two different ways to interpret her name. One is the little rock, and one is the will/thought of love, which there are aspects to her that I think work for that side as well. But little rock is the one that seems to be pushed the most. Anyway, chat, what do you think? I see cools. I see cools. Yeah, I say that's pretty cool. Little Rock is not the greatest name in the world. I'll give her that. But it's fun to say her name because her name is Koishi. Right there with her sister. Alright. Well done, team. We're moving on to Mountain of Faith. I mean, UFO. Sorry. Nazarin. The rat. Name. Her only known name is Nazarin, which could be a reference to Nezumi, the Japanese word for mouse. Her name could also be derived from the Persian name Nasrin, which the meaning wild rose, a widely used name in the Islamic world. Various different spellings include Nasrin, Nazrin, and Nesrin. There's also Nasulin, a real Russian surname. It's also the name of a nasal insulin. In the data files for Hopeless Masquerade, her name is romanicized as Nazurin. Zun states in an interview that it made sense to have a mouse be the envoy of Bishamoten. In the Chinese zodiac, the mouse represents north, as does Bishamoten. That's cool. Isn't Satan, like, not a real word? Isn't that, like, a made-up word? I seem to recall something about Satan Sen's title, about how, like, it's made up. It's not real. Fake words. Real fake words. I can't remember. I think it was Satan and not Rensen. I can't remember, though. There you go. So her name is a possible deviation of the Japanese word for mouse, or derived from Persian roots. Now, I don't know. It depends where Bishamoten is from, I guess. I like making up cool words. Cool words are awesome. I'll put you in the cool tier, rat. We're going to Kogasi. That's not her name. Thank you, Size Citrus, for the resub. Kogasa. Name. Her full name is Kogasa Tatara. The characters for Kogasa mean little umbrella. I knew this actually, and Tatara is the traditional Japanese method of smelting iron. So I actually knew this. I know about Kogasa. Because Kasa, right, is like umbrella, right? I can't remember. No, because Kwakama is Little Devil. Kogasa is like... whatever. Where am I? Many workers lost an eye checking the color of the fire to measure its temperature, and or a leg pushing the Tatara furnaces. They were gated to avoid the heat on the floor, which brought about the tale of Ippon Datara, a one-eyed, one-legged yokai that somewhat resembles a Karakasa Obake. Hieda no Aki states that Kogasa modified the appearance of her umbrella to resemble this yokai, and believes she derives her name from it. So if you didn't know, the Ippon Datara is a yokai that looks similar to the Karakasa Obake. They're both one-eyed, one-legged creatures, and the Ippon Datara is well known as being a very, very proficient smither, and that is why Kogasa, even though she's clearly based on Karakasa Obake, she's very good at smithing. So she takes elements of both different yokai and incorporates them into her character. So Kogasa Tatara is basically a combination of the Ippon Datara and a Karakasa Obake. I don't know why, but for some reason, people seem to think that this character is based on a Cyclops. I don't really understand where that came from. Like, how can she be based on a Cyclops when she's literally carrying the exact yokai around with her everywhere? And that's, like, literally her? It's a big fucking umbrella with a big tongue and 1 foot. That's a Karakasa Obake. It's really cool that the Ippon Datara is used in her design and her, you know, what she does in lore as well. But I don't know. That's a very common piece of misinformation that I see about this character, is that she's based on a Cyclops. But like at that point, what do you define as a Cyclops? Something with one eye? Because when I think of Cyclops, I think of like, you know, I think of more the fucking, what do you call it? You know, the real big guys. The real fucking big guys from like Roman mythos. The Ippon Datara Cyclops. Is he? The Cyclops also one-eyed blacksmiths. Yeah, Greek, Roman, whatever. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Point is, that's what I think of when I think of Cyclops. I think of the real big guys. He looks pretty much the same. Does he though? Does he? The Ippon Datara? He's got 1 leg and 1 eye. He looks like a Karakasa Obake. As far as I know, he's like harmless except for a couple days a year where if you approach him, he'll just kill you. I don't remember the details. Alright, Kogasi. Alright. Next is Ichiden Kumoi. Ichiden Kumoi. Name. Ichiden Kumoi is her full name. The characters for Kumoi mean residence in the clouds. The characters for Ichiden mean 1 wheel. This name would indicate 2 directions. First, it is possible that Ichiden's name is partly inspired from the aforementioned Dharmakakra, it is called horin in Japanese, a noun which shares one kanji with Ichirin's name. Second, Ichirin is a unit of counting flowers. Example, Ichirin no bara is single rose. Her and Unzan's title also include the word relating to flower, tairin, which means the bigness of flower or big flower. That's it. That's all I got. So her name means residence in the clouds and one wheel. What does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? I don't know what that has to do with anything. I don't know. I mean, it's a name, right? But I guess I don't really see the connection to the character for this one. She holds a wheel or a hoop. You mean a ring? I don't see anything related to it. I have no idea. I mean, chat seems to think it's cool, and who am I to go against the popular opinion? But I don't know about that one, chat. That one doesn't really, I don't really get that one. That one doesn't really have anything to it. Next is Unzan. His name is Unzan, which means clouded mountain or mountain of clouds. A Nyudu cloud is a Japanese term for cumulonimbus cloud or thunderhead. Unzan being purple. Unzan being purple is a reference to the purple cloud leading to where Myoren was. Purple? Chat, is Unzan purple? What? Is he purple? Byakuren's first card is Nirvana's Cloudy Way in purple. Oh, that card sucks. But I swear he's like more red-pink, right? He's purple? Unzan? Purple? This guy? Alright. Thank you for the raid, Christian. Purple? Ooh. Chat. Purple? Purple? You sure? Alright. Purple? Purple it is. Chat, what did we vote on? What did we vote on? Does anyone remember? I think I saw cool. I wasn't paying attention. I was more taken, smitten by the color purple. Alright, next is Murasa. Minamitsu Murasa. Name. Her full name is Minamitsu Murasa. Her given name is Minamitsu. It's a word that usually refers to the type of peach, Suimitsu to, or the peach itself. Literally, it means water honey. Her surname Murasa is taken from the type of ship phantom called Murasa, known in the Oki district, Shimane. Similar to Satori Komeiji and Nue Huju, whose names are also taken from their species. I did not know that. It's assumed that when she's referred to by the name written in kanji, it's referring her by her own name, while her using the name is in katakana, she's referred by her species. She's also known as Captain Murasa. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there were ship phantoms called Murasa. I had no idea that she was named after that. Okay. So, when she's referred to by name, it's written in kanji. When it's referring to her hold on. When taken from the species name, it's written in kanji. When it's referring to her own name, it's written in katakana, which is what they do for Nue and Satori. Okay, I see. And, you know, she's also known as Captain Murasa. I didn't know that. And Minamitsu can mean water honey. Alright, well, yeah, pretty cool. It's pretty cool, I'd say. Tora Maru. So, chat, I know what the word Tora means. Toradora. Tiger dragon. Name. Her full name is Sho Toramaru. Toramaru can literally be translated as Tiger Circle. However, the word Maru is also used to end the names of ships in Japan, which is fitting considering one of the main aspects of undefined fantastic object is the treasure ship. Tora can also be used to refer to the tiger as a sign in the Chinese zodiac, which carries with it the additional meanings of a period of time from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. The direction east by northeast, or January. Sho means star, which is also fitting considering the extraterrestrial implications given by the game's title. Sho's name was misspelt in the music comments. Kanji refers to tigers, felines of the Panthera tigris species, or colloquially, a drunk person. Okay. Alright. So her name can mean Tiger Circle, but the Maru is more likely a reference to the fact that ships end with such a name in Japan, given undefined fantastic object, treasure ship. Tora is, you know, tiger, as you know, and Sho can mean star. Cool. Yeah. It's pretty cool, I'd say. She's a boozer. That was a misspelling in the music comments. Toramaru Sho. Alright. Next. Byakuren. Byakuren Hijiri. Name. Byakuren Hijiri is her name. Hijiri can mean saint or virtuous monk or itinerant monk, whilst Byakuren can mean white lotus or purity. So it literally can be read as the saint of the white lotus or white lotus saint, drawing upon the cultural reading of the white lotus as a symbol of purity, pure and saintly, or saint or purity, saint of purity. It may be drawing upon the modern definition of Hijiri, meaning a world trekking Buddhist monk, roaming monk of the white lotus, or the pure and itinerant monk. Well, there you go. That one was quite to the point, huh? So yeah, pure monk of the White Lotus. Yeah. Name's also in the Japanese title, the Ren. Oh yeah, because Byakuren and Seiren-sen. Because it's Lotus. It's right, because it's the title's called Star Lotus Ship. So White Lotus, Lotus. Okay. I see. Alright. Well, we ended up mentioning Nue like twice over now, so now it's her turn. Hojo Nue. Okay. Show is Sei. Oh. Well, that's neat. Alright, Nue. Her full name is Nue Hojo. Wait, her name is Hoju? I thought it was Hojo. Whatever. Nuhuju. Like Satori, her first name is also the name of her species, Nue. Nue's family name, Hoju, literally translates to sealed beast. Might be in reference to Nue's imprisonment underground prior to the events of undefined fantastic object. So the sealed beast Nue, that's her name. I thought it was Hojo. What the fuck? I guess this one holds you the whole time. Pretty neat, yeah. Straightforward, to the point. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't know that Genji was spelled with 2 I's. That's Final Fantasy streamer. That's Hojo. That's Hojo. This is Nue. Oh, yeah, you're right. Remember the Ju in Kikekju and Junen? Oh, it's sealed. It means sealed. Oh, you're right. Kikeju and Juin is referring to sealed. Oh, it's referring to beast. That's the... Oh, wait, that makes more sense. 19 and 17 are both related to the animal realm, beast stuff. I was thinking sealed. Why was I thinking sealed? So Ho is sealed. And Ju is beast. Kikeju is, yeah, beast. And Juin... That's so many vowels in that. Dude, U-U-O-U-E. That's fucking 5 vowels in a row. Okay. Shouju Gigaku. Alright, well, speaking of Shouju Gigaku, Kyoko is next. Kyoko. Name. She's known as Kyoko Kasodani. The characters for Kasodani literally mean Ghost Valley, and Kyoko means Resonance Echo Child. Her name would appear to be a reference to her abilities as a Yamabiko, since all of her attacks are based on reflective boundaries. The 2 kanji characters for her surname are separated from the 2 characters in her name. But if you put them all together minus the last kanji, you get an alternative wording for Yamabiko, the name of her species, which is also... Okay, so if you take out the last kanji of her name and put it together, Kyoko Kaso is Yamabiko? Or is it Kasodani Kyo? Is that... I don't know the way you're supposed to read it. Put all 4 together minus the last kanji. Her surname was incorrectly written as Kasuya, another possible reading. In both the demo and the first release, 10 Desires, is later fixed in version 1.00. Kasodani Kyo is an alternative wording for Yamabiko. Oh wait, I see it, because it's written. Yeah, so it's Kasodani Kyo, can also be read as Yamabiko. But her name also means Ghost Valley Echo Child. Which is really neat because the whole story behind Kyoko is that Yamabiko are actually an endangered species in Gensokyo. Because even in Gensokyo, the idea of a mountain echo is, like, not believed to be a Yamabiko. So she came down to the temple as a way to be like, hey, we're real. And she actually has obtained the ability to survive because now she chants sutras out in the mountain and it scares people. So that's how she's still able to stick around. But yeah, she came down to the temple originally because she's an endangered species. So that could be the Ghost Valley bit, and then Echo Child, of course, you know. That's really neat. And then Yamabiko is a way you can spell. You can word Yamabiko with her name minus 1 kanji. That's cool. That's a Poggies from me, champ. Okay. Next is Joshka. Yoshika. Her full name is Yoshika Miyako. The Miyako in her name means ancient palace, while Yoshika means fragrance, perfume if read together. The Yoshi can also mean fragrance, beautiful, virtuous when standing alone, and Ka, incense, which might be referring to either Yoshika being a Jiangshi or her guarding a graveyard. Her name comes from Miyako no Yoshika, a 9th century Japanese scholar and poet. Legends say that 100 years after he left office, he was spotted on a mountain as a hermit, his face unchanged. Now, that is interesting because there's one thing that's known about Yoshika. We skipped Suika? No. We didn't skip Suika. Suika's at the bottom with the fighting game characters. The way it's sorted on the tier list, the fighting game characters are all in their own column after 19. So we're doing all the main games, and then it's all the spin-off games, then it's the Written Works characters, and then it's Maribel and Renko. So it's not necessarily in order of release. They're grouped up like that. So, what I was saying, there's one thing about Yoshika that is really known about her, is that there are times when she's not like under Sega's control, that she has been seen like reciting poetry to herself. So the idea Miyako no Yoshika and her being like, you know, the inspiration behind it. And there's also Suikasen, which I've never seen that, but that also explores an idea of a Yoshika who was alive and she was a poet there. But, you know. Either way, her name has different meanings. Ancient palace, fragrance, beautiful, virtuous, incense, stuff like that. But the reference to a real world legend, a real world legend of the same name. It's pretty interesting. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Chat, place your votes, place your votes, place your votes, place your votes. Puggies? Hold on. I like this song. It's a good song. Alright, next is the scary bitch. Sega Kaku. That's a big name column. Oh my god, it's all Chinese. No. Her full name is Sega Kaku. Her nickname is Sega Nyan Nyan. Okay. Literally translates to Lady Sega. Kaku is a genuine, if uncommon, Chinese surname pronounced Huo in Mandarin Chinese. Likewise, her given name Sega is pronounced King. How do you pronounce Qing? Because I know apostrophe E, it's It's an sound because of Chang Because Chang from Junko. So is it? It's like it's Ching Oh man. Ching in Mandarin. Chinese and literally means blue-green youth beauty. The Nyan Nyan part of her nickname is an approximation of Nyang Nyang, which is an archaic word for referring to an empress, a consort, or a goddess. Okay. Qing is the name of a tale in the 14th chapter of the 7th volume of the Chinese ghost story collection Strange Stories from a Chinese Studio, in which the eponymous heroine surnamed Wu follows her father's footsteps to seek Dao, but falls in love with Hua Huan and marries him. She's presumed dead later in the story, but her husband finds out that she became a hermit with her father and seeks her return. Sega's name is likely the combination of the story protagonist names. Now, what's interesting about that is because Sega did fake her own death to get out of her, she was married. She faked her own death to get away from her family and pursue the art of, to pursue being a hermit. And apparently what set Sega off on her journey to begin with was following after her father. So there's some correlation there. It's pretty neat. By present-day Japanese name schema, a lady normally renames her family name that of her husband on the family register, but Chinese couples don't do it. They have different surnames even after marriage. So when we identify Sega as the Qing Sega's actual name shouldn't be Huo Qing but probably Wu Qinghua or Huo Qing in the dual surname system. Now, I'm not Chinese, so obviously I can't pronounce that perfectly. But yeah, there you go, chat. So her nickname is actually a reference to pronunciation of a word in Chinese, which is an old word meaning empress, consort, or goddess, which I'd say that fits her personal opinion of herself quite well. Sega, which has a whole story to it with the strange stories from the Chinese studio, which is a story that's actually kind of similar to different aspects of her own character backstory. So I'd say that's pretty cool. It doesn't necessarily give us the meaning of the name, but the correlation to their characters is pretty fascinating. I hope everybody remembers. This will be on the test. Tojiko. Name. Her known name is Soga no Tojiko. Her last name Soga was taken from the Soga clan, but it can literally mean ego awakening. Her first name Tojiko literally means your ancient carcass. Perhaps coincidentally, the first character in her name and surname refers to Tosa, a kind of spice sake served at New Year's. Your ancient carcass's ego awakening. That is Tojiko's name. Okay. And she wakes up as a ghost. And she's known to have an attitude. That's pretty good, actually. I like that. Arise. Next. Futo. Or name, there you go. Her full name is Mononobe no Futo. She takes the name Mononobe as a member of the Mononobe clan. Her given name Futo translates to cloth city / capital / metropolis. It is derived from the name Futsuhime, whom her name was based off on. What? 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 So there's no information on what the Mononobe means, aside from the Mononobe clan. And her name is Futo, which can mean, like, metropolis. And it's derived from the name Futsuhime, whom her name was based off on. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, chat. Here she comes, Cloth City, strolling up. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's too much information here not present. So... I don't know who Futsuhime is. What do you mean derived from the name Futsuhime, who her name was based off on? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Miko. Oh god. Oh my god, okay. Her full name is Toyo Sato Mimi no Miko. Her name is derived primarily from two names given for Prince Shotoku, given in the Nihon Shoki, Umayato no Toyo to Mimi no Miko, and Umayato no Toyo to Mimi no Mikoto. The suffix for the first name Miko was a title used for children of nobility in the Yamato court. The second Mikoto is a suffix attached to the name of gods in some nobility. They may be why the first character in her name, meaning God, may also derive from Shinsen, a term for Taoist immortals, or from Shinrei, the divine spirits that appear in Ten Desires. Yes, because Ten Desires is Shinreibyo. That's the name of the game. The meaning of Toyo Tomimi, which can also be read as Toyo Sato Mimi, is described in the previous section. What section? Hold on, we're backing up. Okay, hold on. Toyo Sato Mimi is a fictitious tale of Prince Sotoku Taishi, Prince Virtue. Real name Prince Umayato was a legendary regent and political figure of the Asuka period, living from 574-2-7 to 622-5-8. I'm sure I could read that better, but you get the point. He was purportedly born in front of a horse stable, being named Umayato, literally Prince of the Stable Door. As a result, he was crucial in the spread of Buddhism in Japan, and according to folklore, could comprehend 10 simultaneous conversations like his Touhou project namesake. Because of this, he was also named Toyo Sato Mimi, which translates to abundant, clever ears. At first, which would have been soon pronounced as Toyo to Mimi for the same kanji. He eventually came to be recognized for his contributions and was seen as something like a saint, but some accounts of his life also been subject to criticism and debate. Alright. Alright, back to where we were. She's called Taishi-sama by her followers, from Shotoku's most well-known title, though usually translated as the Crown Prince. Taishi only denounce an heir apparent to a throne, not specifically a male heir. Perhaps coincidentally, the only woman historically to use the title was Empress Koken, who was known as Empress Shotoku during her second reign. Okay. Cool. Well, there you go, chat. Umayato. So, how much of that, chat, how much of that did you understand? Be honest. Be honest. I followed about half of that, maybe. I followed about half of that. Yeah, the many ears Crown Prince. But Miko is also like a title for child of nobility. Toyo Sate Mimi no Miko. Abundant Clever Ears is a fun name. Okay. And her nickname is Taishi-sama. Skipped well over the Miko being the same word for shrine Mikos. Well, not really, right? Because it's the title Miko, Children Nobility in the Yamato Court, and like Miko is like child of a Miko is like a child of a god, right? Because that's what the Shrine Maiden is, sort of. Is that not correct? I don't remember what Reimu said about her title, if there was anything. Alright, well apparently she's Poggy's, but my brain is a little bit overclocked, so. Alright. Next is Mamizo. Hutatsuiwa. Alrighty. Her name. Her full name is Mamizo Futatsuiwa. Futatsuiwa literally translates to 2 stones. Refers to a location in Sado where Baka Danuki were prevalent, and to a shrine located there dedicated to Danzaburo Danuki. The name Mami can be considered to be, or reference to the Mami, literally translate to badger or raccoon dog, indicating Tanuki and Mujina, or the Mami, deceiving spirit, which is also where Mima's name kind of comes from, indicating monsters who deceive humans, with the Za of Danzaburo added on. In actuality, in Minato, Tokyo, there's a place called Mami Ana. That's cool. So, Mamizo. Okay. So, the Za comes from, or I guess Zo, comes from Danzaburo. Huh? Deceiving spirit. And she is the big boss of the Tanukis, right? Alright, well. Yeah, the double nature of Mami works for her, and the Za being pulling from Danzaburo, the big Baka Danuki boss. But then her last name is just 2 stones. Okay. Well, chat, what do you think? That's I see some cools. I see one weird. Sorry, one what? Alright, I guess that's cool. Alright, you win, chat. You win, you win. Alright, next is Wagasaki Hime. Whew. Wagasaki Hime. Wakasagi Hime is derived from wakasagi, a fish native to northern Japan. Wakasa and Wakasagi Hime may also be a reference to Wakasa, the birthplace of a woman from the Japanese Ningyo mermaid tale Yao Bikuni. The suffix Hime means princess and was generally given to girls of noble status. As such, her name can be translated as Princess Wagasaki, though she is not a literal princess. Okay, so Wakasa could be a reference to the birthplace of Japanese mermaids, and then also a fish, because pond smelts, right? That's what it is? She's the pond smelt princess. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'd say that's pretty cool. In the cool tier we go. Sekibanki. Sekibanki is spelled with the characters for Red, Barbarian, and Anomaly. The characters are read using their own yomi, or Chinese readings, unlike with most Touhou project characters. The second character, Ban, is likely taken from Hitoban, which is a Chinese yokai equivalent to the Rokurokubi. Okay. That part is BS. What you mean? You must explain. You must explain. There's tons of Chinese reading characters. Oh, that's what you were referring to. Unlike with most Touhou project characters. Well, I don't know who wrote this. It wasn't the guy who told me how to get the color orange. So who cares? Who cares what he has to say? Red Barbarian Anomaly. And then a reference to another yokai, Chinese yokai equivalent to the Rokurokubi. Sekibang Ki. Wait, can I call her Sekibang Hime? Because you can read Hime as Ki, right? So can her name be Sehime Bahime? Or does that not work? Sehime Bahime. Two different kanji? Lame. Lame. Red Barbarian Anomaly. Red Poggies. Chat, sometimes I wonder about your ability to vote. Oh, so many pogs. Kagero Imaizumi. Name. Her first name, Kagero, literally means shadow wolf. There's also homophonous to the word Kagero, which means the shimmering of hot air, which refers to the Honshu wolf species' state of extinction. Her surname, Imaizumi, is a reference to the Japanese zoologist Yoshinori Imaizumi, who first researched the Honshu wolf. It's spelled with the characters for now and spring. Wow. So her name can mean shadow wolf, but it's also the word that refers to the extinction of her species. And her last name is based on a zoologist, I guess, who first researched the Honshu wolf. That's pretty cool. There's not any information on what Imaizumi means, but it's clearly a reference to someone relevant to her species. Oh wait, no, it's spelled with the characters for now and spring, so they are there. Alright. Okay. Pretty cool. Shadow Wolf, pretty cool. Cool name. Haha. Next, Ben. Name. Her full name is Ben Tsukumo. Her family name Tsukumo is a short form of Tsukumogami. Her species of yokai. That was changed into different kanji, which can be read as the number 99. Her given name Ben likely comes from the name of the goddess Ben Zaiten, as they both have the kanji in their name meaning valve, speech, or petal. And because Ben Zaiten is often depicted holding a biwa, another possibility is that Ben is derived from Ben, an onomatopoeia of deep sound. Two deep sounds in this case. Ben is repeated. From the lute-like biwa or shamisen, Bebeben is seen in the bonus chapter of the first volume of Forbidden Scrollery, where Byakuren Hijiri is playing the shamisen. That's what it's called. Cool. So her name is could be derived from a goddess who is seen holding a biwa. It could be derived of the onomatopoeia, meaning deep sound, from instruments like the biwa. And then her last name is just shortened of Tsukumogami, of which she is. Well, yeah, pretty cool, I'd say. Next is her sister, who's named after a souvenir snack. Her full name, Yatsuhashi Tsukumo. Her family name is short for Tsukumogami that was changed to different kanji. Can be read as the number 99. Her personal name is derived from the famous koto player in Japanese history, Kengyo Yatsuhashi. Oh, I didn't know that. Yatsuhashi is a family name, and Kengyo is the rank of official servants who play instruments. The motif of hers might be derived from the Tsukumogami of Koto Furodushi. So her name is basically, her name is just from the most famous koto player in Japanese history, Yatsuhashi. I can't see that emote. That emote doesn't show on my screen. Hold on. I can't see it. Can you see it? I can't see it. Chat, stop posting the emote no one can see. The name Kengyo is an honorary title given to highly skilled blind musicians. But he's the most famous koto player in Japanese history. Yatsuhashi. Why is she not blind? That would have been awesome. I don't know about that, champ. I don't know about that. But it's not surprising. Remember, Okina didn't originally appear in a wheelchair because someone was afraid that people were going to take it the wrong way. and then it was something that he added to her design afterwards. She's mostly seated in her chair, but an actual wheelchair was not really done. There's no Fumo snail. Shut up. Shut up. Anyway, chat, vote. 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 Good. That's all I needed from you. Go back to your regularly scheduled arguments. Next is Seija. Seija Kishin. Kishin Joe. Alright. Danmaku Amanajaku. Her name is Seija Kishin. Her first name, Seija, can be loosely translated as good and evil or right and wrong. Her last name, Kishin, is spelled with characters meaning Oni and human. Oh, fascinating. Both characters that make up the name of her species, Amanojaku. Although her given name has the character for Oni, and her species is often depicted as a type of Oni in Japanese folklore. Amanojaku and the Touhou project are a separate species. Both her first and last name reference her ability, as each is composed of two kanji with opposite meanings, human/Oni and right/wrong. That's cool. So her name, both her different names encompass opposite meanings. Seija Kishin. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. That cannot be argued. Send him to the Poggies tier. Shimmy. If you type shimmy in the search bar, it takes you to Sukuna. Alright. Where are we? Name. Her full name is Shinmyomaru Sukuna. Her surname, Sukuna, literally means name/fame with a little volume. The meaning of the kanji, or the word sukunai, is a little or with a little volume, but is originally meant young in ancient times. So Sukuna can be interpreted as young or tiny, likely in young age. This name is borrowed from Sukuna Bikona, or its other honorific name, Sukuna Mikami, the small god who created and ordered the land of Izumo with Okuninushi in Japanese mythology. Okuninushi is the guy that is also in the White Rabbit of the White Hair of Inaba. He's the one who helped the rabbit get their fur back. Okuninushi. Her given name, Shinmyomaru, can be roughly translated as needle, strange ball. Shin means needle. Her ancestor Isumboshi used a needle to kill an Oni. Myo means strange or unnatural. In an ancient era, elegant, moderate, or vague. The kanji of Shinmyo is Zun's original spelling. It can also be written like that, meaning mysterious/very serious. The maru in her name is a suffix for boys in the medieval era. This therefore can interpret her given name as mysterious boy with a needle. Well, okay. Fucking curveball at the end there, huh? Chun Chun Maru. It's also the ship Maru. She's in a castle. A lot of things going on in her name. Name, fame, a little volume. Young. Okay. Elegant, moderate. Mysterious boy with a needle. Fascinating. Alright. Next. Raiko. Her surname, Horikawa, means canal. It is possible that this name is a reference to the drums of the waves of Horikawa, a joruri play composed by Monzaemon Shikamatsu about a husband seeking revenge after his wife had an affair with a drum player. Another possible inspiration, Otogi Zoshi's telling of Isumboshi, gives the eponymous protagonist's last name as Horikawa. As Shinmyomaru Sukuna is descended from Isumboshi, the connection is clear. Her given name, Raiko, is made up of the kanji for thunder and drum. Yeah, taiko. Thunder. The kanji used for Japanese percussion is also the second kanji in the word taiko. Raiko is a set of percussive instruments carried by Raijin on the back. It's used for lightning or thunder. The brutal air pressure and sudden loud noise of thunder might remind people of a bass drum. Okay. So Raiko's first name means thunder drum. Pretty cool. And her last name has ties to... It means canal, but also Kawa, as you know, the prison rivers. When she becomes one of the prison rivers, they're still like the, you know, they still have the river in their name, so she's still like a river sister, so to speak. But also the reference to a reference to story that Isumboshi was a part of, given the Sakuna in Touhou 14, is pretty neat as well. I give that a thumbs up. Yeah, give that a thumbs up for sure. All right. Next is Seiden. So you might know something about Seiden and Ringo and the fact that their names are like names of jets, but that is not actually the case. So Seiden is spelled with the characters for Sei, which means clear, pure, and clean, and Ran, orchid, a plant of the orchid family, bearing unusually shaped flowers or beautiful colors. It can also mean elegant, graceful. Seiden is also the name of a Japanese attack float plane used during World War II, the Aichi M6A1. However, this name connection has been stated to be irrelevant by Zun and Strange Creators in Outer World. So the first bit of her name, Sei, clear, pure, as we know with Seiren-sen, right? Actually, shouldn't it mean star or is it a different kanji? Anyway, pure makes sense considering she's from the moon. And I'm pretty sure moon rabbits don't actually have names. They're given names by Lunarians. So the name Pure Orchid, or Pure, Elegant, and Graceful. You can imagine a Lunarian giving a rabbit a name like that. They're different kanjis. Okay. Alright. Oh. Moon Bunny. We're putting that in the cool tier. Cool. Alright. Ringo. Her name means apple. Ringo is spelled with the characters for Rin, which is Ballard Chive, and Go, coral, a marine sessile animal. What? Attractive for its colors and the big reefs it conforms. It could also mean person of virtue. Ringo is also phonetically the same word as the word Ringo, which means apple. So there you go. Person of virtue. That's her name. Or apple. That's her. Those are the two ways you can interpret her name. Bingo, Ringo. Alright, Dorami's name is interesting because it's in English. Dorami Sweet. Alright. Oh, where's her name? Her full name is Dorami Sweet, which implies a Western origin. The dot in the middle of the name is used in foreign names to show where the next word begins, as Japanese don't normally use spaces. Dorami is phonetically similar to dreamy. Yep, dorimi. As well as the Spanish/Portuguese dormir, meaning to sleep. I thought the Spanish word for sleep was mimir. A mimir, you know? And together with her last name, which itself is a real surname, is a reference to the English expression, sweet dreams. Her name is a reference to the Sanjo route on the Ikoma cable line, a group of funicular routes in Nara, Japan, operated by Kintetsu Railway. The routes to cable cars are named Do-Re-Mi. Well, that's just like fortissimo. Do-Re-Mi Fa Sol La Ti To, which is decorated like an organ, and sweet, which is decorated like a cake. Coincidentally, the same company operates a second funicular route in Osaka, the Nishishigi Cable Line, which serves Mount Shigi. Mount Shigi was the site of the major backstory events of both Toyosato Mimi no Miko and Mononobe no Futo, and Byakuren Hiji in the Myoden Temple, based on the real-life Chogu Sonshi Buddhist temple. If I remember correctly, the temple that Myoden Hiji went to was built by Prince Shotoku. So they have there's a connection between Byakuren and Miko in that way. Well, there you go. That was a chat. So her name is, you know, Do-Re-Mi. Dreamy Sweet Dreams. There you go. There's her name. There's her name. There's a lot of extra information there. Okay. Alright, next is Sagumi. Ame no Sagume. Her full name is Sagame Kishin. Her last name Kishin means rare god. It differs from Kishin, which means Oni god. So, yeah, different kanji for the first character. And the Kishin and Seiga Kishin, which means Oni human. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, cool. And forms a part of her and Seiga species of Monojaku. So it also relates her with Sagi, which means head-on. Sagi can also be read as swindler. Okay. So rare god swindler, or rare god head-on. That's all that's there, chat. There's no other information. That's all you get. Yeah, her last spell card is one-winged head-on. I know. That's that spell card is the basis of all the you know, the Sephiroth jokes. The one-winged angel. I don't think she's much of a swindler though, you know? Alright, chat, next is Clown Piece. Design. Character or there's no tab for her name. Personality, origin, design, nothing for her name. There's nothing. What does Clown Piece mean? Why is her name Clown Piece? Piece clown. She's a piece of a clown. Chat, why are you pogging? Her name means clown piece. Piece of clown. Little jester fella. Alright, next is Junkie. If you combine all pieces, she's like Exodia. If you summon all 5 pieces of clown. Oh no. Okay. Her known name is Junko, which is spelled with the characters for Jun, which means pure and clean, and Ko, like fox. That makes sense. Her name meaning pure fox fits with the 7-tail-like flames behind her and her ability to purify anything. According to her profile, she doesn't have any identity, nor she desires to know what exactly she is. Whoa. Yeah, that Ko is not, that's not child Ko. That's Fox. Foxy Grandma. That's Junkie. Cool. Next is Hekatia Lapis Lazuli. Name. Her full name is Hekatia Lapis Lazuli. Her given name Hekatia is derived from Hekate, the Greek goddess, whom Hekatia is believed to be based on. Her last name, Lapis Lazuli, is the name of a stone prized since antiquity for its rich, deep blue color. There you go. Hekate, the Greek goddess, and a pretty stone. Okay. Well, we got through that one pretty fast, didn't we? Alright, next is Eternity Larva. Her full name is Eternity Larva. Eternity may signify her theme of metamorphosis and rebirth, while larva is the juvenile life stage of a holometabolous insects like moths and butterflies. Considering Eternity is probably based on Tokyo no Kami, her name is probably a reflection of her origin as said Kami. The term Tokyo itself was used to refer to a faraway place where people would live eternally in prosperity and wealth, which could mean that the name Eternity might be a reference two Fs, to that eternal land in the demo of Hidden Star and Four Seasons. Her name was given as both Eternity Larva in-game and Eternity Larva in the Omake, both being more direct transliterations of Eternity. These were corrected in the full version. Eternity and Eternity. Kasume's name is not a name. It's 3 katakana thrown together, and then Zun said he didn't want to give her a name with kanji because it would make her too strong. So her name is about as forgotten as her as a character. So that's why she's in the tier of, oh, why? Chat, you just pog at everything, you know that? All you do is pog. I don't even remember her goddamn name. Nemuno, that's her name. Okay. The Tokyo God, the secret. Her full name is Nemuno Sakata. The character for Sakata are spelled with Saka, which means hill, incline, or slope, and Ta, rice field. Her surname Sakata is a reference to Sakata no Kintoki, a child of superhuman strength who was raised by a Yamanba. He was first known as Kintaro, the Golden Boy, but after catching Shutendoji, he became a loyal follower of Minamoto no Yorimitsu and changed his name to Sakata no Kintoki. Okay. This is a Shanghai Hodai theme. So what does Nemuno mean then? Wait a minute, what's... Oh wait, there it is. Her first name Nemuno may refer to the Albizia Julibrician, known as Nemunoki, which means sleeping tree in Japanese. What the fuck is the Albizia Julibrician? It's a Persian silk tree, pink silk tree, or mimosa tree, a species of tree. Fuck off with that. A tree? Sleeping tree. Hill rice field. Okay. Well, her last name Sakata is a reference to a character in a story who was raised by a Yamamba. Alright. Yeah, seems fine to me. Next, Aun. An Komano. Her full name is An Komano. The characters for Komano are spelled with Ko, tall and high, and Ma, lovely, beautiful, graceful, and No, plains and field. Komano is a reference to her species, Komainu, as it shares the first two characters. Her last name can be roughly translated as Korean Goryeo Plains. What? The name An is representative of a traditional characteristic of Komainu statues. Komainu generally come in pairs. One will have their mouth open and the other closed. The open mouth is said to be pronounced Sanskrit A, and the closed one together forming the sound Am or Om, which is a syllable sacred in many religions, including Buddhism and Hinduism, signifying the start and end of everything. The sound is transliterated in Japanese as Aun. Aun. So that's why her name is An, because of the statues. Well, that's cool. When I think of her last name, I just think of her running around in a field chasing a stick, playing fetch. It's good. Aun. Well, there you go. In the Poggy's tier with you. Alright. Narumi. Or Naruko. If I type in Naruko, you think it'll send me to the right one? Oh, it does. Cool. If you type in Naruko, it takes you to Narumi's page. It's even got a little thing in there. Alright. Her full name is Narumi Yatadera. The kanji of Narumi means to become, attain, or grow into, referencing her magical transformation from a statue, and beauty, respectively. Her first name could therefore mean something along the lines of attaining beauty. Yatadera is a Buddhist temple in Yamato Koriyama, Nara Prefecture, which is known for its Jizo statues, and in particular for housing the oldest Jizo statue in Japan. So, yeah. If you're wondering what Naruko is an accident, essentially. Like, her name was changed to Narumi, but I guess Marissa referred to her as Naruko still, so the correction didn't, like, fully make it. So instead of it being a misspelling, it just became a nickname that Marissa uses for her. So that's why that works. Ugh. So you can call her Naruko or Narumi. Narumi is her name. Naruko is deemed a nickname at this point. So yeah, I like that. So her name is a reference to a temple that houses the oldest Jesus statue in Japan. And also her first name means attaining beauty, to become, attain, grow into, which is pretty cool. She became a pretty statue. And put her in the pool. Alright. Next, Tereda. Oh my god, come on. My Tereda, the green one. Name. Her first name is Mai. Unlike the PC-98 character, Mai is written in kanji and translates as dance. Her surname is Tereda and is an order written of the kanji for even number, town block, or town ward, gratitude, ceremony, or worship, and rice field. The character for rice field is shared in the surname of her partner, Satono Nishida. Interesting. So her name means dance. Hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is Slim Shady. Okay. Her name means dance, and then her last name has a million different meanings. Pretty cool, I'd say. Green one. And apparently the rice field bit is also in Satono's name. Satono Nishida. Chat, I think these two were the hardest characters for me to remember their names for because they were just so boring. Her full name is Satono Nishida. The character for Nishida means in order the second person singular pronoun, you, child, or small, and rice field. The character for rice field is shared with the surname of her partner, Mai Tereda. Her given name Satono contains the character for village, in an archaic form of a possessive particle, meaning of or from. Nishida also has the same pronunciation as a common Japanese surname. So, village rice field, village child, village you, village small. She's from a village, I guess. Mai is the green one, Satono is the pink one. Which is confusing because if Mai was the pink one, then it would be easier to remember because PC-98 Mai is the pink one as well. Well, welcome to the what category. Next is Okina Madara. Ma. Oh my god, I'm not reading that origin tab. Ah! Oh! Alright, here we go. Her full name is Okina Matara. The first kanji in Okina, O means hidden. Ki could mean either crossroads or theater, and Na can refer to Naraka, Naraku, the Hindu and Buddhist version of hell, also known as Jigoku in Japan, or to the basement of a theater. Altogether, Okina translates to something like hidden hell theater or hidden crossroads in hell / a theater's basement. Of note is that Oki sounds similar to Oku, which means backside. Additionally, Okina is homophonous to Okina, which means old man, the name of a mask used in No, Kyogen, and Saragaku performance. In Japanese Buddhist religious performances, the mask represents God of the same name, often conflated with Matara Jin. Matara comes from the first three kanji of Matara Jin, God of Matara, and in the Japanese transcription of the Sanskrit plural for mother, Matara. Thus, the kanji in Matara / Matara Jin has no real meaning besides mimicking the sound of the foreign Matara. Matara Jin contains the Sanskrit plural for mother in his name due to his association with several female deities, including, but not limited to, the Dakini, Dakini Ten, Benzai Ten, and Atenjin, Hariti Kishimojin, Mahakali, Kenro Jihin Kendro, Jiten, Prithvi, and mainly the Saptamara Saptamatrika Shichimoten. Okay. Okina's name in relation to the Oki Islands. So you thought we were done? The first two kanji in Okina, Oki, make up the name of the Oki Islands. The Oki Islands is where the story of the white hair of Inaba supposedly took place. In said story, the god Okuninushi helped direct the hair to heal himself after noticing the hair was flayed. Okuninushi is said to be one of the same with the god Daikokuten. So this is why they pound mochi for the great Daikokuten. Who is the Japanese version, Japanized version of Indian god Shiva's ultimate form, Mahakala. Early on, Mahakala Daikokuten was associated with a retinue of demonesses, including the Dakini and the several mothers, Saptamatra and Shichimoten. The first time the name Matarajin appears in Japanese records, it was used to describe a demonic three-headed Yashajin, literally translates to Yaksha god, of Toji, who appeared to be modeled after Mahakala. Several Buddhist texts identify Mahakala, Daikokuten, and Matarajin to be one of the same. Interestingly, Lafcadio Hearn, who is related to another character, wrote part of Glimpses of Unfamiliar Japan while visiting the Oki Islands. The island also contains Myoken-san, Myoken Mountain, and two of the places of worship, Myoken Jinja, translated to Myoken Shrine, and Myoken-ji, which is the Myoken Temple. Myoken is also a deification of the Big Dipper, which connects to Matarajin. Okina's name in relation to Kunado no Kami and Dosojin. The key in Okina may derive from Kunado no Kami, translates to gods of crossroads. It is derivative, Dosojin, which translates to ancestral road gods, also called Shimada no Kami. Both types of gods are associated and identified with Matarajin because their purpose is to ward off pestilence and to remove hindrances, something that Matarajin is also responsible for. Dosujin also share the title of Shukujin, translates to indwelling god / god of destiny, with Matarajin. Additionally, both Kunado no Kami and Dosujin are tied in with the Koshin ritual, something practiced heavily by the monks at the temple and shrines of Mount Hiei, the center of Tendai Buddhism and birthplace of the modern image of Matarajin. That's it. That's it. Well, chat, did you pay attention? So I paid attention to the first bit. So the first bit, her name, Okina, is ties, theater, because she's a god of performances. Secret, hidden is in the name. Theater, and then prefecture, and then also, Oki sounds similar to Oku with backside the back doors, and then Madara, which she's the god of Madara, and then Matarajin, it's her name just borrowed from Matarajin, and then Matarajin is just fucking... Hey, learn what Madara means, you just learn what Matarajin is, and there you go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. No, the first two kanji in Okina make up the name of the Oki Islands, where Okuninushi helps the white hair of Inaba, and he became the god Daikokuten, who has ties to Matarajin. But anyway, I think the best you could probably get away with just the top paragraph. Okay, she needs her own tier. What do I call it? What do I call her own tier? Okina? Just. What do I call it? Yappers? Yeah, absolute yappers. I can't. Too much lore. Here you go, Okina. Here you go. You get put in the yap tier. Can't handle ya. Alright. Now it's time for Ebisu. Yoka Ebisu. Almost done, chat. Almost done. Name. Her full name is Eika Ebisu. The character Ebisu is one of several used for Ebisu, one of the 7 gods of fortune, who presides over fishermen and luck. Ebisu is the first child of the creation gods Izanami and Izanagi, but was born without bones due to Izanami committing a transgression during the ritual of their union. Initially known as Hiroko, meaning leech child, the child was set adrift in the boats of reeds and eventually grew to become Ebisu after washing ashore. It's also used to refer to the Ebisu or Emishi, a former ethnic group of northern Japan with potential relation to the Ainu. She's boneless! Eika is spelled with the characters A, an uncommon character meaning necklace made of precious stones, and Ka, meaning flower. Also visually resembles the character. It's basically a capital I with a line through the middle of it, meaning king or ruler, and some crazy-ass kanji, Eiji, meaning infant, tying into Eika's status as a ruler of infant ghosts. The character can also be read as you, notably seen in the spelling discrepancy in Wily Beast and Weakest Creatures demo release. Her name is read as Eika in the music room in her on-screen title graphic, and as Yoka in the Omake text and name graphic in the upper left corner. Jellyfish don't have bones, correct? She's the jellyfish girl. Well, she represents a jellyfish in the game because they're all like, you know, animals, but she's the ruler of infant ghosts. But she's also got ties to Izanami and Izanagi, so she's like kind of a big deal in that sense. But she's also, well, she was the most unpopular character in the entire series, but that has changed over time. That has changed over time. Next. Urumi Ushizaki. Name. Her full name is Urumi Ushizaki. Urumi is spelled with the characters Uru, meaning moist. What? And Mi, meaning beauty. What do you mean, moist beauty? The word Urumi is also a common noun meaning moisture, presumably in reference to the Nure Onna yokai mentioned above. Incidentally, Urumi is also the name of a flexible sword that originates from the Indian subcontinent. Moist beauty. Ushizaki is spelled with the characters Ushi, meaning bovine, and Zaki/Saki, meaning cape. The Onyomi reading of the character happens to be Gyuki, which is the same as the Onyomi reading of Urumi species. Her surname is also a homophone of Ushizaki, which is cow-tearing, a form of execution where the condemned was tied to bulls before being drawn and quartered. What? What? What the fuck? What is his name? Moist Beauty Cow-tearing. Are you telling me they tie him to bulls and they make the bulls run away and tear the man in half? Holy shit, what the fuck? What? What is... What? Amazing. You can't post multiple pogs and expect me to count it as more than one vote. Why are you pogging? What? You were... Give me a vote right now. Give me a real vote right now. Starting now. Starting now. Give me a vote. You're way too split on this, chat. I need a vote. We're just winning. We're just winning. Wait. They're kind of really close. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh shit. There's one more Poggies than Weird. There's one more Poggies than Weird. Oh no. It's gonna win in Poggies. No. Moist Beauty Cow-tearing. Alright, Kutsaka. Niwatari is the name of a god, I believe. Name. Her full name is Kutaka Niwatari. Kutaka is spelled with the characters Ku, meaning a long time, Ta, which means proud in Chinese, and lonesome in Japanese, and Ka, meaning song. The name may be derived from kutakake, an archaic word for chicken, though it is originally a derisive term with kake meaning chicken and kuta meaning rotten. It eventually came to be viewed as a refined term owing to its archaic nature. Incidentally, kutaka is also Swahili for wanting. Niwatari is taken directly from one of several names of Niwatari-jin shrines, spelled with the characters Niwa, meaning courtyard, and Watari, meaning to pass through. Relatedly, the word Niratori, chicken, is derived from Nirasu Torikake, meaning domestic kake kept in the courtyard. So her name is related to chicken. Long time proud song or long time lonesome song, but also derived from chicken in a couple ways. Yep, cock. Yep, cock. And then her last name, Niwatari, which is Niwatari-jin, courtyard. Domestic kake in the courtyard. So her name has both her names are tied to chicken. Okay, I understand. All right, time for Bowser. Yashie Kisho. Yashie's full name is Yashie Kisho. Kisho Yashie. The first two characters in her name, Yashi, mean 8,000, and the third character, A, means wise, which might refer to her manipulative nature. Yashie. 8,000 wise. Okay. Her surname Kisho is taken directly from the Japanese pronunciation for Jidao, where the character means good luck and funeral respectively. So Jidao is what her species is. Yeah, Chinese legendary creature. And the surname is the Japanese pronunciation of it, because it's the same characters. Kisho is the same characters as her species. I can see that on the page. And the name means good luck funeral. That's kind of cool. I think that's pretty cool. Alright. Next is Mayumi. Jotogu. Name. Her surname, Jotogu, is likely derived from Jotojin, a term from the Inariyama sword inscription, assumed to be a title or rank related to military affairs. The gu in her name is the same character in Dogu, which refers to clay figures, sometimes incorrectly associated with Haniwas despite different period of origin and purpose, and Guzo, which means idol. Her first name, Mayumi, is a real-life given name that means polished bow in this case. The first kanji, polish, is related to a typical tool in the ancient ages, polished stone tools. On the other hand, bow or arrow is what many Haniwa hold in their arms, since they were buried in the tombs of authorities in order to guard them. The sound of the personal name Mayumi is derived from the voice actress Mayumi Tanaka. One of her roles in Hanimaru, the main character of an educational TV program, Oi Hanimaru. What? Wait. That's from the Wily Beast and Weakest Creature music comments? No fucking way. Hold on. This is Mayumi Jotogu's theme. She's a Haniwa soldier. I love that NHK program with the Haniwa costume back in the day. I remember it so clearly. I wanted to make a cool Haniwa this time, but Oi Hanimaru, Prince Hanimaru kept playing in my head the whole time. The song is the usual mid-bossery fare, but it goes pretty hard. No fucking way. They actually cited a source and it's legit. What the fuck? That's kind of funny. So her name may just straight up be a reference to the person who played Hanimaru in a program that isn't liked. That's funny. And Jotogu is related to, Haniwa stuff. Completely irrelevant. The important part is, Oi Hanimaru! Alright. Keiki. Don't you love when things are sourced? Name. Their full name is Haniyasushin Keiki. Their surname is Haniyasushin. Haniyasu is taken from the name of the kami in which she is based on and comprises the characters for clay and ease. The last character, Shin, loosely means God and is present in the names of various kami through Shinto mythology. Her given name is Keiki. The K refers to ushigi, a colorful robe that is often worn in several layers as part of a jun hitoi. a formal dress worn by ladies in waiting at the Japanese imperial court during the Heian period, and are also worn at important ceremonial functions such as weddings and enthronements. The character Ki means princess or any lady of noble birth. Thus, Keiki roughly means Ushigi princess. So her name can be Keihime, if it's not a kanji. But this is the Ki in here. So the Ki princess, yeah. So her name roughly means Ushigi princess. Neat. Colorful robe. And when you look at her outfit, yeah, checks out. And then her last name is a reference to the god with the characters of clay and ease, sculptor god. No, that's pretty good. It's pretty good, I'd say. Put that in the cool tier. All right, now Saki. Now Kurokoma Saki, I know this one because video just did this. Kurokoma Saki. Her full name, Saki Kurokoma. Her first name, Saki, roughly translates to Speed Demon, which might be a reference to her ability. The character also appears in the Japanese title of Wily Beast and Weakest Creature. Kurokoma is inspired by Kurokoma, a legendary horse owned by Prince Shotoku, said to be able to fly in the air. But the kanji used for her last name is different. First character means black horse, Kuro, and the second means horse, Koma. So, yeah. Speed Demon Black Horse. That's her name. She's Shadow the Hedgehog. Black Horse Speed Demon. Yes. Puggies. Alright, moving on to Touhou 18. If I type in Michael. I was really hoping if I typed in Michael, it would give me Mike. There we go. Mike Gotokuji. Her surname, Gotokuji, is taken directly from the real word Gotokuji Temple, which is said to be the birthplace of the mannequin Neko. Her given name, Mike, is taken from Mike Neko, translates to three-haired cat, the Japanese word for calico cat. Okay. Yeah, so her name is the origin. Her last name is the origin of Maneki Neko, and her first name is just the part of the word for a calico cat. Yeah, that's very straightforward. Makes sense to me. Gotokuji Mike. Michael, it's your birthday. Presents and cake are on the way. Takeda Yamashiro. Her full name is Takeda Yamashiro. Yamashiro is written with characters meaning mountain and castle. So just like Kawashiro, we have Yamashiro. So mountain castle and river castle. Kawa, river, Yama, mountain. Takeda is written in hiragana and can be interpreted as high peak and possibly high price, playing into her business person motif. Her name resembles that of Nitori Kawashiro. Stolen names? What do you mean stolen names? Are we giving that a cool? Yeah, I like that. Mountain castle, river castle. High peak, high price. Okay. Next. Is it Komakusa Sanyo? It is Komakusa, okay. Name. Her surname, Komakusa, is the Japanese word for Dicentra peregrina. And that would be what? It's a herbaceous perennial growing in the rhizome native to mountains in Japan and nearby area. It's a flower. It's a weird fucking plant. Okay, cool. Koma, in this context... Wait, what? Koma in this context means horse, owing to how the plant's shape resembles a horse's head, and kusa means grass or herb. Her given name, Sanyo, is spelled with characters that mean like a mountain. When written with the character Nyo can also mean woman, making mountain woman. That's interesting because Sanyo is a type of... She's a type of mountain hag, like Nemuno is. So her name meaning mountain woman, like, checks out here. Her nickname is Madame Komakusa, Komakusa Dayu. In the original Japanese, her surname with the suffix Tayu appended to it. A Tayu is a high rank among Oiran, which high-ranking courtesans in historical Japan. While still courtesans, the Tayu were more like matrons and did not necessarily sleep with customers as their juniors did. Yeah, so Sanya's a weird character. Sanya's a weird character to me because her origins are pretty mature. But not really in, like, the yokai violence sort of way, you know? She's like a high-ranking courtesan. She smoked pipe beads. She's an old lady, and it's like, what? Okay. Well, because that's the reason that was put in there is because Japanese courtesans, when you hear that, most people think, oh, you know, so specifying that the higher-ranking courtesans don't do that is important because it distinguishes them. It distinguishes them more than just blanket terming it. She a hoe. No. Not quite. Not quite. I actually knew this. So yeah, this is Touhou's most unpopular character at the moment, if you didn't know, chat. This character is currently the least popular character in Touhou, and I can't imagine why. Next, Tamatsukuri Misumaru. Tamatsukuri. Name. In addition to the connection to the Tamatsukuri clan mentioned above, okay, well, we're reading the origin tab. She's based on Tamanuya no Mikoto, one of the Amatsu Kami from the Kojiki who took part in luring Amaterasu out of the cave she was hiding in by creating the Yasakani no Magatama. Tamanuya is also present later in the descent of Nimigi and conquest of the Kunitsu Kami. He is the ancestral deity of the Tamatsukuri clan, who are associated with the production of jewelry, including Magatama. Tamatsukuri is also the name of a Shinto shrine which enshrines Tamanuya. Other names of Tamanuya include Toyotama no Kami and Ame no Akuru Tama no Mikoto, both mentioned in the Nihon Shoki. Alright, so in addition to the connection to the Tamatsukuri clan mentioned above, Tamatsukuri also means jewel maker. In ancient times, Misumaru was referred to a chain or loop of threaded beads, often Magatama, usually worn as a necklace. Okay, so her name is Jewel Maker, and her name refers to basically Magatama related jewelry, which, yeah, checks out. Oh, I like this song, chat. I like this song. It's got good wind. Very good woodwind. Alright, next is, what was it? Tsukasa Kudamaki? It is Kudamaki. Okay. She's a Kuragitsune, so her name comes from that. Her given name Tsukasa typically reads 10, meaning law or ceremony. Alternative meanings of the kana Tsukasa also include chief and hill, which may be of more significance. Her surname Kudamaki means sedge pasture. The fuck is a sedge? It's a flower. Interesting, the aforementioned characters all share a radical with Kuwa, which is pipe, as in Kuda Gitsune. Okay. Unfortunately, chat, there's a lot of like characters being shown here, so it doesn't really translate that well. But I guess the idea is that the radical with for Kuda, which is pipe, is in all of her different interpretations, which fits into her being a Kuda Gitsune. She's a pipe fox. She can squeeze into thin places. Very thin. She can get in the crack in the wall. She's like a little boneless motherfucker. Law, ceremony, chief, hill. Next, Izunamaru Megumu. Cool. Her given name, Megumu, is an alternative reading of Dragon, Ryu, and is the same dragon as seen in Koryudo. Oh, fascinating. So the kanji that represents Ryu in Koryudo is also can be read as Megumu, or Rainbow Dragon Cave, the Japanese title of Unconnected Marketeers. It's also likely a pun on Megumu, which means to give money to. Given the name of the Rainbow Dragon Cave and Momoyo Himemushi's stated ability to eat dragons, it's unclear what plot significance this has. So Megumu is like a dragon. So this is why Megumu was... Oh, okay, chat. So this is why Megumu was in all that New Year's art with Yashie and Meiling, because Megumu's name means dragon. That's cool. That's cool. Where was I? Her surname Izuna Maru is a combination of fox spirit, Izuna, and round, Maru. Maru, in particular, is typically seen in other names of Tengu characters, such as Aya Shamemaru. So her fox spirit, round. Okay. Fox spirit is interesting. What the fuck you mean stolen names? What do you mean? Who's stealing names? Alright, check. Cool. Cool, cool. Okay, I see cool. I can bounce with cool. Her name means dragon. How is that not cool? Alright. Thank you, Shimada. Her name. Her family name, Tenkyu, is written with characters meaning heaven and bow, as in bow and arrow. It is written the same way as a literary and dialectal Chinese word for rainbow. Oh. Her given name, Shimada, is written with characters meaning thousand and again. Shimada can also be written as that, which means the public, streets, or crossroads. Is likely chosen due to her status as god of markets, which are public places where all sorts of people gather. Who was it earlier, chat? Was it Okina? I think it was Okina where the word Shimada came up. So it mentioned public, streets, and crossroads. I'm pretty sure it was Okina. So yeah, her name is related to that, which makes sense given her status. But I like the first name. So Tenkyu means heaven and bow, but you can, in the Chinese word, it's written the same way as a literary and dialectal Chinese word for rainbow. So it can be, her name can be read as rainbow. That's cool. And that makes sense given her aesthetic. It's very rainbow-esque for whatever reason. Kinda neat. I think that's cool. Well, chat seems to think it's cooler than cool. Alright, Himemushi. Himemushi. Momoyo. Alright. Name. Her surname, Himemushi, contains the kanji for princess and insect. Yep. Himemushi, bug princess, Princess Bug. As it would signify insect royalty. Given her stated powers as being potentially more powerful than dragons, it may indicate a sense of power, although it seems unlikely she is considered true royalty. The name is also a reference to the 2004 shoot-'em-up game Mushihime-sama, a connection reinforced by the fact that her final spell card is named Mushihime-sama's resplendent and restless daily life. Her given name, Momoyo, means eternity or long era. The 100 is the name, and her name is likely derived from Mukade, which is centipede, which is what she is, the dragon-eating centipede. Interesting. Yeah, cool. The Bug Princess. Do you think Wriggle could control Momoyo? Do you think she could do it? Not like we'll ever know. Alright, moving on to Goku. Sun Biten. Name. Biten's full name is Sun Biten, a Chinese-derived name in reference to the character Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong, pronounced Sun Goku in Japanese, from the Chinese novel Journey to the West. Zyoji, pronounced Sayuki in Japanese, using Western name order. Her name would be Biten Sun, but the original Eastern order is used here for the sake of familiarity. Her last name, Sun, is a common Chinese surname that translates to grandchild/descendant. Wow, who would have thought? Her first name, Biten, literally means beautiful sky/heaven. The first word, Bi, means pretty or beautiful, while the second word, Ten, means sky and heaven. Ten is also present in Tenshi, which is sky and heaven. Her name is pronounced in Chinese in Sun Meitian, During her introduction when fighting against Sanae, she introduces herself as Gensokyo's Great Sage equal to Heaven, referencing one of Sun Wukong's titles. Her first name was likely taken from two of Wukong's titles, Handsome Monkey King, Mei Huangwang, pronounced Bikuo in Japanese, and the Great Sage equal to Heaven, Kitian Dasheng, pronounced Seiten Taisei in Japanese. So her name is a combination of the two titles, hence Biten. So, Handsome Monkey King, the Great Sage equal to Heaven. In the original story, the former is used to refer to Wukong, while the latter was granted to him by the Jade Emperor after he caused havoc in heaven over displeasure with his title. Alright. Pretty cool, I'd say. The monkey. Hey, it's me, Goku. Alright, Enoko Mitsugashira. Yep. Mitsugashira. Name. Enoko's full name is Mitsugashira Enoko. The characters for Enoko's last name, Mitsugashira, literally mean 3 heads. The first word, Mitsu, means 3, third, or triple, while Gashira means head or top. Her first name, Enoko, literally means wise child, and is a wordplay on puppy, Enoko, which corresponds to her being a Yamaimnu. The first word, E, means wise, the second word, no, is a possessive particle, and the third word, ko, is a common suffix used in female names, which literally means child. Wise child. 3 heads. Mitsugashira. So she's the three heads wise child, but her name also is a play on the word puppy. It's pretty good. She is puppy. Alright, next is Chiari Tenkajin. Stinky gremlin. Her full name is Chiari Tenkajin. Her surname, Tenkajin, contains 10, meaning sky and heaven, so it's the same character. Ka, meaning fire, and Jin, meaning human or person. It is also the name of her species. Her name, Chiari, is written in hiragana. While it has no meaning by itself, it can be written as that, which means blood spear. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So her name means sky, heaven, fire, human person. And her first name can mean blood spear. Fascinating. Cool. Got a what? A singular what in there? Alright, throw in the cool tier. Next is Hisami Yomutsu. Yep. Hisami Yomutsu. Yomosu? Pronounce that for me, would you? No, it's not there. Her full name is Hisami Yomotsu. Out of her given name, Hi means day, Sa means narrow, and Mi means beautiful. Okay. Out of her surname, Yo means relaxed, Mo means mother, and Su means capital. Her given name Hisami comes from an alternate name of her species, the Yomotsu Hisami. Oh. As recorded in the Nihon Shoki, her surname Yomotsu is taken from her species name, but as a specific spelling comes from an instance of it recorded in the Kojiki. Okay. That didn't really help that much. So basically her name means day, narrow, beautiful, and then relaxed mother capital. Yeah, okay. No. Yeah. Yeah. Yomotsu Shikome translates to ugly woman of the underworld. Well, I mean, the only ugly part of her is her obsession with Zanmu, but you know how monster girls are. That's why we like monster girls, chat, because the monster is outside, not inside. Yomotsu here, she's not a monster girl. The monster is within. All right, I'll put her in the cool tier. Now, I don't remember Zanmu's name. I mean, I know his name, but I don't remember her last name. I can't remember. I mean, I'll find out now, but I was hoping I could remember it. It's a good memory exercise. Nipaku, that was her name. Zamu Nipaku. Okay. Her full name is Zanmu Nipaku. The character of Zanmu's surname Nipaku literally means white sun, a term generally used with the meanings of broad daylight or bright sunshine. Nipaku and Nishihaku are different, but both possible readings for her name. Her first name contains Zan, meaning remainings and leftover, and Mu, meaning nothing more, differing from the characters used for Mu and Zanmu Nishihaku, which means dream, and is also used in Reimu's name. No. Yeah, so Zanmu Nipaku. So her first name can mean remaining, leftover, but nothing or none. Nothing remaining. It's kind of neat. Kind of a fascinating name. Oh yeah, but her, right, so her origin. Zamu is inspired by the similarly named monk Zamu Nishihaku, who lived in the Sengoku era and was recorded in some accounts of Buddhist immortals as a very eccentric individual. Some of these accounts can be found in modern-day compilations, such as the Honshu Shinsen Kiden by Izuyo Miyagi, et al. Et al. Kingdom of Nothingness. That's, yeah, pretty cool, actually. Because, I mean, she's like, she runs hell, right? Alright, chat, so now we're down to the couple more. We got Suika next. We're on the fighting game characters now. Suika's name. Her full name is Suika Ibuki. Her first name, Suika, is not a legitimate Japanese word, but literally it can be translated as gathering fragrance. Incidentally, Suika is the word for watermelon in the Japanese language, but it's not a legitimate Japanese word. In common Japanese, the pitch accent for watermelon is flat. In order to distinguish native speakers, pronounce her name Su-I-Ka. Her last name, Ibuki, can mean Chinese juniper in Japanese, but in her case, it's highly likely to be a reference to Mount Ibuki, Ibukiyama, the place where Shuten Doji supposedly was born. In addition, Shuten means alcohol drink. You know, chat, sometimes I forget I have certain emotes, like, enabled until one very niche situation comes up where you can use them. Come on, chat. I want to finish just before the 3-hour mark. Place your votes. I think we'll be able to do it. Alright, next, Iku. Iku's name is Dirty. Name. Her full name is Iku Nagai. Nagai means long, eternal, and bay inlet, although a more archaic meaning of e also refers to a large body of water, such as a lake or sea. Iku means clothing, and number 9, or black-colored jade. Yep, that's what it means. That's what it means. Don't worry about it. Black-colored jade. But long, eternal, bay inlet, or referring to a large body. But she's also like an oarfish, you know? She's a fish of the sea. She's the sea of clouds. Chad, are you saying cool because you think it's cool, or are you saying cool because of implications? Either way. Tenko. Oh my god. Alright. Name, Tenshi Hinanai. Her full name is Tenshi Hinanai. The character's in Tenshi, it has Ten, Sky and Heaven, and Shi, which is child. Which is a common ending for girls' names. She's literally meant to be her first name is the child of heaven. Incidentally, the word Tenshi is used to refer to the monarch in both Japanese and Chinese language. Also, Tenshi can be interpreted as an angel in Japanese, a likely reference to her being a celestial in this case. Ten is a kanji used in the Japanese title of Scarlet Weather Rhapsody. Meanwhile, in her surname, Hina may be from the Hinatori no Mikoto of Hina Shrine in Izumo City, Shimane Prefecture of Japan, from a legend of a goddess. May be a name to indicate her characteristics of female and earthquakes. However, as Hina has a father, it cannot be said that the entire family is female. Hina could also mean young chicken, small. Its pronunciation can also mean goddess. Naui, or just Nai, also called Nai no Kami, is pronounced similarly to Nai. It's an obsolete word meaning earth, and Naui Furo meant earthquake, or I guess Nai Furo, which can be found in the Nihon Shoki. Furo meant, like how it's read, to shake or vibrate. In a shift, Nai acquired the meaning of earthquakes and was thus worshipped as a god of earthquakes. The E in Hinanai is a kanji that's unused in modern Japanese. In present-day Japanese, her last name is pronounced Hinanai. Also, another meaning of Hinanai is the goddess of earthquake. Before becoming a celestial, her first name was Chico, which means earth child. How many of you knew that one, chat? Her name went from earth child to sky child, heaven child. Good old Chico. And she became Tenko, but Tenshi because she and Ko are the same character. And it makes some more sense to read it as Tenshi because she's a heaven child. But Tenko is still the nickname. And then Hinanai has relations to earthquakes, which is cool. Lost Word taught me? Well, at least it did something for you. Hiso Tensoku. Origin? No. I know what Gaku Tensoku is. That's the first robot. Design. Where? There's nothing on its name, chat. It's just Hiso Tensoku. But I don't know what Hiso Tensoku really means. Unthinkable natural law. Hold on. Streamer always gets what he wants. Okay. Alright. Well, okay. Chat, what are we putting that in? Where are we putting the robot in? What tier? What tier? Dead even. That's 3 and 3. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Still 3 and 5. Still 3 and 5. Going once. Going twice. Cool it is. Alright. Next is Hatate. Hime Kaido. Her full name is Hatate Hime Kaido. The kanji for Hime Kaido means princess, sea beach, or crabapple tree, respectively. Hime Kaido itself is a kind of Toringo crabapple. Hime Kaido also refers to a side road, often taken by women or travelers who want to avoid thieves. So what about Hatate? The crabapple princess. Amazing. And double spoiler, Hatate regards Ai as a rival newspaper writer and competitor. Hatate appears to somewhat admire her colleague Momiji Inubashi's sense of sight and smell and is rather impressed by her spell cards. Hatate's chief is Tenma. Megumu is the chief of the Crow Tengu, which makes her Hatate's superior. Don't tell some people that. Some people are convinced that Hatate is actually a very high-ranking Tengu because she wears purple. Oh, man. Alright, I guess we're gonna put her in the cool because her name is Crabapple Princess. Congratulations, Hatate. You're the Crabapple Princess. Next is Luna Child. Name. Her full name is Luna Child. Luna Childo. Luna's name is based on the element which draws power from, the moon. Her name also has a few official English translations, such as Luna Child itself, Lunar Child, and Lunar Child. The data file in Hopeless Masquerade furthers the use of Luna, although it is likely the use of romanizing. Thank you. So what's the word child mean, Chad? Poggies? Okay, alright, sure. Luna Child, Puggies. Star Sapphire. Her full name is Star Sapphire. Star's name is based on the element she draws her power from, the stars. Her name may also refer to the Star Sapphire registered trademark series. An imaging gyro stabilizer used for detection. Probably a coincidence. There's a villain known as Star Sapphire in DC Comics. Oh, okay. Star Sapphire series. Gyro stabilizers used for detection. Okay. Alright, well, we'll just put her in the tier, yep. Alright. Sunny Milk. Her full name is Sunny Milk. Sunny's name is based on the element which she draws power from, the sun. Okay, what about the milk part? Could you explain the milk part? I don't know why she's called Sunny Milk. What? Explain the milk part. Okay. Kokoro. Kokoro means heart. Did you know that? Name. Her full name is Hata no Kokoro, with Hata as the surname and Kokoro as the given name. Hata, the Japanese reading of Chinese surname Kin, a clan with an eminent Chinese immigrant clan mentioned in Nihon Shoki. It's also the surname of the mask's original user, Hata no Kawakatsu, who's said to be the reincarnation of first emperor of the Qin, or is it Jin dynasty, however you pronounce the fucking Q, in Zeimi's Fushika-den. Her given name is written entirely in hiragana. It means heart in Japanese. It's also in the Japanese title of the game about her, which is Shinkiro. Oh, cool. So I didn't know that. So the first character in the character for heart is also in the character for the game, Shinkiro. All right. Well, vote, chat. Vote. What do milk mean? What's it mean? Why is her name Sunny Milk? These are the real questions we should be asking, Zun. All right. Sumireko Usami. Name. Her full name is Sumireko Usami. Usami Sumireko. Usami uses the same writing as Renko Usami's surname, and it is known to be an actual name in Japanese. Sumireko literally means violet child, and is also similar to how Renko's name means lotus child, as both take their names from flowers. Renko, Sumireko. Violet child. Violet detector. And then Usami, which I'll probably get more information on Renko's page. What is the sun if not milk for the plants? Next is Jun. Yorigami. Name. Her full name is Jun Yorigami. Jun comes from Hime Jun, the Japanese word for the daisy fleabane. That's a flower. Daisy fleabane is closely related to the Philadelphia fleabane, called a Harujion. In Japanese, it's likely what her sister Shion is named after, thus reflecting their relationship as siblings. Both the Philadelphia fleabane and daisy fleabane are considered an invasive species in Japan and disregarded as weeds on its native land of North America, just as the Yorigami sisters have a reputation of being two of the most despicable inhabitants against Sokyo. In addition to that, the birth order of Yorigami sisters may be influenced by the flower they are named after, as the Philadelphia fleabane usually blooms first around April and May, while the daisy fleabane tends to bloom a few months later. As you know, Shion is the older sister in this group, or dynamic. Her family name Yorigami is composed of the kanji, which means reliant or dependent, and then God. The first kanji is also present in the term hyoi, which is in hyoibana, which is the title of 15.5. Meaning possession. So it's possible that Yorigami can mean possession god. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So they're named after flowers that are considered undesirable. And their last name can translate to possession gods. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Not a nice flower. Not a pretty flower to be named after. Now, if I go to Shion, it's probably going to give me the same information, isn't it? Her full name is Shion Yorigami. Shion comes from Harujion, is a Japanese word for the Philadelphia fleabane. The flower is nicknamed as poverty grass, in which gives an emphasis of her status as a poverty goddess. Philadelphia fleabane is closely related to daisy fleabane, called in Japanese as Himejun. The flower is likely what her sister Jun is named after, thus reflecting their relationship with siblings. Interestingly enough, both the invasive species. It's the same writing, same writing, same writing, same writing. On its own, Shion is also a Japanese word for Herdarian aster. Her family name, Yorigami, is composed of the kanji, which means reliant or dependent, which means God, the first kanji present in the term hyoi, meaning possession, so it's possible that Yorigami can mean possession god. So basically the same writing. Basically the same one. But also a little extra information, and that the Philadelphia fleabane has a nickname called poverty grass. Alright. Yuma Totetsu. Oh, her full name is Yuma Totetsu. That is an ugly looking kanji to read on, oh my god. It's like filled in. Her given name, Yuma, is written with characters meaning outstanding and devil. The character Yu is likely derived from Shiyu, an ancient Chinese tribal leader theorized to be the basis of Touhou symbolism. Her surname, Totetsu, is the Japanese name of a Chinese creature called a Touhou. The following follows the pattern established by Yashie Kisho and Saki Kurokoma, who are also named after the creatures they are based on. Oh. I see. Okay, I didn't know that. So we learned earlier, chat, that Kisho is a way to say Jidao, which is what Yashie is. Kurokoma is what Saki is. She's, the Black Pegasus. Kurokoma being Black Horse. That's what she is. So Totetsu's name, Totetsu is the Japanese name of the Chinese creature. So Totetsu is the Japanese name of a Touhou. So her name is her character. Yeah, right? You see the character on the wiki? It's like there's so much inked in. It's like a mess. It's like a fucking glitch. It's thematic. I never knew that about Totetsu. I had no idea that was basically her name was Yuma Touhou. That's cool. Totetsu's a great name though. Next is Akyun. Hiero no Akyun. The kanji by themselves are greedy and gluttonous. You talking about Totetsu? I don't know what the Touhou are really like, but I assume it's similar. Outstanding Devil is pretty good too, yeah. Alright, name. Her full name is Hiero no Akyu. Note that it is romanicized correctly with 2 U's. Hiera means millet field, and Miare, this is a child of Miare, presumably referred to Hiera no Are, the oral historian credited with helping compile the Kyojiki, Japanese first written historical record. The unwritten hiragana character no used here indicates a belonging, thus the English equivalent of the name would be Akyu of the Hiara. In ancient times, it was common for aristocrats with a clan's name to have no between their clan name and their first name. The name Akyu has 2 points to note. The former character A is a letter working as a diminutive or pejorative. Pejorative? Pejorative? I don't know. As Hanzi was imported into Japan and borrowed limitedly to indicate a prefix O as a variant of a similar prefix O, used only before a female name, which is, I'm pretty sure this is why Orin and Oku, right? The nickname kind of deal. So it should have been seen as a suffix to san or chan. The latter character Q means to seek, request, want, literally, but it should be seen as a pun on the Japanese word for 9, since she's the 9th child of the Miare. Zun romanized her name with only 1 U in the title Akyu's Untouched Score, which is technically incorrect, as seen in the colophon of Perfect Memento in strict sense. The name of Akyu's previous incarnations as child of Miare are Aichi, Ani, Ami, Ayo, Ago, Amu, Anana, and Aya, are all puns on numbers, with Are standing for 0. Re. Then put them together, her name is then put them together. Her name together is Little Girl in the 9th generation of Hieda clan. In Yen Press's English translation of Forbidden Scrollery, her name is rendered Akyu Hiadano. There you go. So yeah, all the characters all the children of Miyare are they're all basically puns, just the counting up the name but with an A in front of it. So her name Akyu is just, it's like Oku and Oren but A, and then Q, which is 9. So Akyu. The 9th child, little girl in the 9th generation of Hieda. Yeah. Next is the Watatskis. Toyo Hime. Name. The chosen names for the Watatsuki sisters make a direct reference to the family history of the dragon god, which can be referred to alternatively as Ryujin or Watatsumi. Individually, the sisters may refer to the dragon god's daughters, Toyotama Hime and her younger sister, Tamayori Hime. Oh. Considering the events that were revealed in Chapter 3 of Cage and Lunatic Runegate, and that the Dragon Palace and the Lunar Capital are confirmed to be the same place, it can be rumored that many of the legends about the Dragon Palace in fact took place on the moon. Alright, so what does that say about her name? Chad, I don't know what to really take from that. I don't really know what to take from that. Alright, putting her in the weird tier. And now our sister. Yorihime. Chosen name of the Tazi sisters, direct reference to the family, like you said, why for the dragon god's younger sister. Said the events of Chapter 3, like Dragon Palace, remember the legend of the dragon. It's literally the exact same description, chat. It's literally the exact same description. Reisen. Name. Reisen is in fact not her original name, but is the name she received when she became the Watatsuki sisters' pet. Her original name has not been revealed. The unofficial Romanji Reisen is used to distinguish the name from Reisen, used in Reisen Udangen Inaba's name, though different spelling with identical pronunciation. Don't even waste your time typing, chat. Kasen. Name. Okay. Although she introduces herself in Wildhorn Hermit as Ibara Kasen, or Kasen for short, this is merely her pseudonym. Her real name is Kasen Ibaraki, Ibaraki Kasen. Note the different spellings of Kasen. Her surname, Ibaraki, comes from Ibaraki Doji, which means thorn bush, while Kasen is a real commonly used Japanese name written with the characters for flower and fan. Her hermit name, Ibara Kasen, translates to rose flower hermit, and is often just shortened to Kasen, translating to flower hermit, a homophone of her actual name, Kasen, which is flower fan. Kasen is also homophonous with the first two characters in Hei Zhangu JP Kasenko, the only female member of the 8 immortals of Taoist mythology. Zhangu owns Feng Huang, making it likely to be a basis of Kasen's affinity with animals. The name Kasen also appears in the Japanese detective novel series Nurebotoke no Utage, Utage no Shitaku, translates to Nurebatoke's banquet, banquet in preparation. It's plausible that Zun, as a lover of mystery novels, may have taken inspiration from there. Kasen's title. The horn in her title was long since speculated to be related to her hair buns, possibly hiding horns as some sort. As of Wild and Horn Hermit, Chapter 49, Part 2, Kasen rejoined with her actual right arm and returned to being her true form as an Oni. As part of her transformation, actual horns burst from the buns on her head, destroying the headwear in the process. After having her arm cut off and resealed, Kasen's horns are shown to be visibly smaller. Okay. Toyo means too much shit to type. Okay. Good as the reason I've ever seen one. Spoilers? Oh, whatever. You knew. You knew. Giving that a cool? Giving that a cool? Alright. Next is Morchika Ninosuke. Name. What? Where's his name? There it is. His full name is Minosuke Morchika. His surname Morchika means near the forest. Okay. Which is the location of Korindo, near the Forest of Magic. The name is an actual place, name, family name, or surname. His first name, Minosuke, means helps the long rain. Aw, that's nice. It possibly has something to do with Marisa Kirisame, since her last name Kirisame means drizzle. His nickname Korin is short form of Korindo. His name means helps the long rain. That's nice. I like that. That's really good. Helps the long rain near the forest. That even when you put it together like that, it takes the meaning of near the forest being his shop to actually tying it to Marissa. That's cool. That's cool. That's really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, Tokiko. Her true name is unknown, but Tokiko is a popular name for her among the fan base. Toki means crested iblis, a bird which she resembles in appearance, and Ko means child, and is a general purpose kanji for girl's name. She's also referred to on the Japanese Wikipedia on the Curiosity Loves Asia article as the unnamed book reading yokai, Narashi hon yomi yokai, and later as the yokai who read a book, Hon wo yonde ita yokai. Unnamed book reading yokai is, however, still a popular name to refer to her. Tokiko. Crested Iblis girl. Mononoke of War! War! Next is Kosusu Mutori. Name. Her full name is Kosuzu Mutori. Her surname Motori literally means residing books, while her given name Kozusu means little bell. Little bell residing books. Cool. Fortune teller. Chat, fortune teller doesn't have a name. His name is Fortune Teller. Go ahead, cast your votes now. Alright, chat. I see that the integrity of this list is the last thing on your minds. Alright, Mioi Okunoda. Okunoda. Name. Where's your name? Her first name is Mioi. It means beautiful evening. Her last name, Okunoda, might be a reference to the Japanese winery of the same name. That's it. Beautiful evening and a Japanese winery of the same name. Cool. Alright, next is Miyaguchi. The page Miyaguchi does not exist. What? How does it? Miyaguchi Mizuchi. Miyaguchi Mizuchi. Name. Her full name is Mizuchi Miyaguchi. Her surname, Miyaguchi, contains the kanji Miya, which can translate to shrine in Shinto context or palace. Deguchi is a term that translates to exit. Ooh, that, when you think about it, chat, that kind of makes sense, given what the last chapter of Cheating Detective talked about. That cliffhanger at the end of the latest chapter. Exiting the shrine. Ooh, exiting palace. Ooh. Mizuchi roughly translates to young spirit. Mizu in this case is an archaic term that can be translated as pure or young. Huh, okay. Shady Detective is almost over, chat. It'll probably be done this year. Next is Maribel Hearn. Maribel Hearn. Oh, name. There has never been an official romanization of her name, Maribel Han, and the English spelling of her name is also unclear. Maribel Hearn not being an official spelling. Even Zun does not seem to know about her name's English spelling nor origin, other than Maribel, that is of the Spanish origin, a Hebrew name that would be very rough approximation of the katakana. There is also Mary Berry and Maidenberry with the same characters used in Labeltain, as well as an English Maribel. Speculatively, her name could be a variation on Mai Rivari, a Rivari being a daydream state of being lost in thought. Additionally, it could be an interpretation of mulberry, Maruberi, a fruit which notably turns purple in color once ripened. Mulberry Hearn. What do you mean 1 minute, chat? What do you mean? As for her last name, Hearn proved to a popular alternative to Han, a rough approximation of the katakana, since Hearn is actually transcribed as Han in Japanese. Also, Zun was asked in a high school open lecture about the relation between Maribel and Yukari. Zun said that there was this Lafcadio Hearn in the past. Furthermore, if you read Yukari's last name using the on reading, then Yakumo becomes Han. She is called Mary as a pet name by Renko Usami, sometimes rendered as Mary. Seems that Renko is not able to pronounce Mariberi well. Judging by her name, Maribel may not actually be of Japanese ethnicity. Alright. Alright, chat. Give me a rating. I don't know what chat. What are you doing? What are you... I've only been recording for 2 hours and 52 minutes. There's still 8 minutes before the 3-hour mark. It's fine. Great, yeah. Name is indecipherable. Alright, Renko. Renko's last. Name. Her full name is Renko Usami, where both the given name and the surname are actual names in Japanese. The kanji for Renko means lotus child. Respectively, the ko is a common suffix in Japanese that's used in female names. And we're done. Place your final rating, chat. Place your final rating. Cool. We did it. It's over. Look at that. So does everybody remember what we talked about today? Everybody remember? Frog, Lake Girl, Moria Lake Girl, Snai, got her name. I forgot it. Yam, 8 Eyes, Black Valley Mountain Girl. Yugi, Courage, Bravery. Orin, Blazing Wheel, Phosphorus. Oku, her name. Her name can be read as Ku, given her nickname, Oku. We got Kogasi. We got Star Tiger Circle. White Lotus Pure Monk. Yamabiko. Poet Lady. Shares a name with Poet. Ego Angry Spirit. Everlasting. Miko. Bunch of ears. Bunch of clever ears. Banki. Seki. Red Barbarian. And a similar creature to Rokurokubi. Kagero Imaizumi. Honshu Wolves related. Kagero Shadow Wolf. Sage Kijin, which is cool. Oni and Human. And then Right and Wrong. Cool flips. Clown Piece. Eternity Larva. Aun. Her name comes from the 2 different Komainus having different aspects. Aun combined to make Aun. And then her name, Run and Field Chase Stick. Jellyfish Princess. Eika Ebisu. Moist Beauty. Lovely. Mayumi. Jotogu related to clay and earth. and figures. And then Mayumi related to Oi Haniwa from NHK program. Saki Kodokama, Speed Demon, Black Horse. Shimada, thank you, a reading for Rainbow. And then synonymous with Marketplace. Himemushi Momoyo, Bug Princess. Momoyo related to, you know, 100 Centipede, Dragon Eater. Sun Biten, some Wukong references. Enoko, Puppy. Mitsugashida, 3 heads. Tenshi, Sky Child. Luna Child, Moon Child. Daisy Fleabane, Possession God. Philadelphia Fleabane, Possession God. Outstanding Demon, Tauti. Near the Forest, helps the long rain, Fortune Teller. Autumn Leaves Quiet Sister. Autumn Sister of Harvest. Nagashi Bina, Hina, Key Mountain. River Castle, Ryunosuke's Kappa, Nitori. Kaneko Yasuka, Countless Hills, God of the Countless Hills. Parsi, Persian Water Bridge Princess. Satori, Komeiji, what was it? It was like Bright Underground, or Bright Light Earth or something like that. And then Satori, which is like Enlightenment, Understanding. And then Skoishi, which is Little Pebble. And then Nazarin, which is the rat. Old Bright Earth, yeah. Nazarin, which is similar to Mouse in Japanese. Ichiden, which is like Wheeled Sky Cloud something. Unzan, which is Thundercloud. Murasa being the name of her species. And Minamitsu, I forget. Nue Hojo, Sealed Beast. Nue. Sega Kaku, her name Eternal Beauty or something. That was her title though. Can't remember. That was Nyan Nyan, her title. Mamnizo, yep. Deceiving Spirit, related to oh god, what was his name? Daizanaboru or something. And then also Raccoon Dog. And then Futatsuya, where she's from. Nagasaki Hime, Pond Smelt, location of Mermaids Born, Princess. Ben Ben, Onomatopoeia, related to a goddess who was seen with portrayed with a biwa. Tsukumo being short for Tsukumogami. Yatsuhashi named after a very famous koto player. Shimi, little mysterious boy of the needle. Raiko, Thunder Drum, Canal Girl. Seidan, Pure Lotus. Ringo, Apple. Doremi, Dream Sweet. Sagame Kishin, I've already forgotten. Rare Spirit, it was Rare Spirit. Rare Spirit something. Junko, Fox Lady. Pure Fox. Hekatia, Hecate, Lavis Lazuli, Rare Stone. Nemino Sakata, reference to a story involving a Yamamba with Sakata and Nemono meaning like something related to, I don't remember. Narumi, Beauty, Coming to, something like that. And Yatadera, which is related to the temple with the oldest Jesus statue. Your name means dance. You share a common character in your last name with your partner. For rice field, chicken, chicken, chicken. Yashie, her name. Jidao is in her name, but I can't remember what her first name meant. Yashi, I can't remember what it meant. Keiki, Sculptor God, Hania Sushin, and then Keiki is like Hime, like Uchoji Princess. Mike, name derived of the origin of Maneki Nekos and the name of Calico Cats. Takane, Mountain Castle, and High Peaks, High Money, something like that. Sanyo Komakusa, I've already forgotten. Tabatsukuri is a clan. Misamaru, specialize in making jewelry, specifically Megatamas. Tsukasa Kudamaki, yeah, Pipe Fox. Megamu, Dragon Izunomaru, yeah. Shiare Tenkajin, Blood Spear, and whatever the other one was. Yomotsu Hisami is, Ugly Lady of the Underworld. essentially. Zamu Nipaku. Something about emptiness, nothingness. Suika, Watermelon Girl. Watermelon Doji. Iku, come. Hisotosuku, Hisotensoku. Crabapple Princess. Named after the original creator of her masks and Kokoro. Sumireko. Akyu, pun name. 9th generation. Little girl, 9th generation Hieda. Kasen, I don't remember. Crescent Iblis Girl. Little Bell Book Girl. Japanese Winery, Evening Beauty. Shrine Exeter, Pure Spirit. Mulberry. Renko, Flower. What? Futo. Who cares? Nightmare. Nightmare character. Nightmare. Madara. Okina. Backdoor. Secret. Hidden. Butt up your ass. I did it. I remembered. Congratulations to the streamer. He is the winner. Good for me. Well, chat, that was fun. But that's all of them. So what do you think? Did you have fun? Did you learn something cool? There's quite a few things that I learned that I might forget, but some of it will probably stick in my head. For one, the fact that Kisho is the same word as Chidao, essentially, and Totetsu is the same for Tauti. That's neat. Never knew that. I learned something fascinating. I love Rinosuke's name. I don't think I'll forget Rinosuke's name. Near the forest helps the long rain. That's such a nice name when you think about it with Marissa. Saki is Speed Demon. That's cool. Jun and Shion. Shion's named after poverty, grass. You know. So I think there's a few of these that'll probably stick in my head. But there's a lot of them that were really cool and I liked a lot. Some of them were kind of whatever, and some of them were I brain farted for most of it. But yeah, if you learned something neat, chat, then you know, it's great. Maybe you'll be able to use this information in something and it'll help you retain it. As for me, there's definitely some bits that I found extremely entertaining and fascinating, and I hope that I continue to remember them down the line. But that is it for this. Maybe someday we'll do another one related to other aspects of character design in some way, shape, or form, because this was a lot more entertaining than I thought it would be, and I'm pretty glad I did it. Until next time, whatever that may be.